Yo, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 44. My name is Omar V. Bringing you the latest action figure toy news of the week. And shit, man, a fucking dragon. I don't know if you can call that a action figure. Shit, that's a thing of beauty, man. I had to get that little video together. I was like, man, let me pump a little commercial out there for these guys. But yo, guys, what's up with everybody, man? How's everybody doing tonight? Another week. Shit, ready to talk some toys. Fucking kind of busy all week. I've been like dog sitting and stuff, so I'm like, fuck, should never agree to this stuff. But everything's all good all the time, man. Hope you guys in the chat are doing good also. And then yeah, another week. Like I said, get into some of these pre-orders, some Mattel reveals this week, any DC stuff that they had in their live stream. We're gonna take a look. Like I said, BEYITHIRR, the order of BEYITHIRR rises, so we're gonna take a look at that. Finally, the price was revealed and everything, so we'll get into that. And yeah, a few other things. We got Walmart Collector Con coming up, so we're gonna take a look at some of the pre-orders that are going live there. But yeah, should be an awesome show. So yeah, you guys just sit back, relax, and we'll get into it, man. Like always, I always like to go through my hauls. I was gonna save money for this fucking dragon, but this fucking GT pan is just so dope, man. I know everybody's having a kick with those diamond figures. And like I said, I can separate the action figure from the media. I think the diamond figures are pretty fun looking. But Pan is fucking the shit, bro. I always loved her character in GT. And like I said, man, even the designs of the characters, like, dude, I don't know. To me, it was a superior continuation. So yeah, I got that in. Shout out to Figure Girl, man. They ship pretty fast. But I had this pre-ordered through them, so I think they shipped it together. I haven't cracked it open yet, but got my man Zorro. So looking forward to this one. I've been seeing some people posting it up, and I haven't heard any complaints about it, so it should be pretty standard. SH Figuarts, and that's all I got for the week. As always, let me know what you guys are picking up, what your guys' thoughts on the stuff is, and then we'll go through the through the show real quick, man. I'll say what's up to the chat. My man Andy's in the house. He says, "Hey, yo, Real Figures boy, yo, shout out to Andy's, man, in the house all the time. Good to see you." Darth G's in the building. He says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Yo, Darth, good evening to you, man. Welcome. Ghost Tab is in the building. He says, "Hello, yo, what up, Ghost Tab?" Liquid Below Zero's in the house. Yo, Liquid, what up, man? He says, Dragon dog cameo. Nah, hell no, man. I have like 2 dogs myself, so I had to kind of like take them out and stuff, make sure they get tired and stuff, because I was like, man, I'm gonna be busy up here, so I want to be having to deal with that. But yo, like always, like I said, we'll get into the toy news and stuff. We got more people sliding in. Obi-Wan is in the house. This is K-Pasa hanging out tonight. Yo, Obi-Wan, what up, man? We got Wavy Crockett sliding in. He says, "What's the deal, fellas?" Yo, Wavy, what up, man? But yeah, like I said, we got to just dive right into this, man, because like I said last week, we can't escape the dragon in the room, guys. So obviously wanted to jump right into this 4 Horsemen Studios BEYITHIRR, the Pillar of the West dragon. I guess you could call it a crowdfund. I honestly didn't think it would be a crowdfund. Well, I kind of had an idea because a lot of people were saying this is going to fund instantly. So I thought around the time I would be ready to put my money down, it would be considered a pre-order, man. But apparently not, dude, because obviously these guys kind of put out the price for this awesome piece, and as you could tell from the intro of the video, like it's beautiful, man. It's like well sculpted out, just like I said last week. It's a centerpiece type of figure. You know, whether you collect legions or you're just a fan of this hobby, just interested in this type of like even genre like fantasy, this is like an awesome piece, you know. So obviously the price was going to be a question, like, can I afford something like this? Because coming out the gates, I think we all had an idea that it was going to be above $500. I think when we saw this at Legion's Con, we all had an inclination that it was going to be closer to $600. Come to see, this thing goes live, and they actually put out the price a couple days earlier, like a week earlier, saying that when it goes up, the standard price for the dragon was going to be $550 plus shipping and tax where applicable. So in my head, I was already thinking, well, I live all the way in Buttfuck, California. This shit is gonna cost me at least $100 to ship, because I was already kind of realizing like, yo, sometimes I buy Mezco, that's just like $25-$30. I saw the Cat Slayer. That was like $100 shipping. I knew this thing was going to be below $100 to ship. So in my head, I'm thinking, all right, at least 100. Like I say, I live in California, so I paid 10% tax, a little bit over. You add that. I was thinking that this thing was going to get close to $800, where I think I would have been ready to put $600 down. But knowing that it was going to tip closer to $800, I was going to start to pump the brakes just a bit, because like I said, it's an awesome piece, man. This thing is freaking, it's everything you could have imagined, before you saw this thing in your hand. I remember hearing about this dragon coming out, and it was years that the Legions guys would always say that these guys are going to drop a dragon one day. And like I said, when it was revealed, I don't think I imagined this type of dragon, but actually seeing it, it's like, man, yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what a real life dragon would look like. At least one type, So like I said, I think everybody could agree that the piece itself is just awesome. But once we get into it, we look at the size of it, and you start to think, okay, this is going to be a lot. Shout out to my man, Todd McFarlane. It's going to be a lot of plastic, because from the feet to the tip of the wing, and this isn't the spread out wings, because bring it into that too. It's 22 inches tall. So obviously, anybody that's collected, before, they could kind of have an idea. All right, a 6-inch figure, that's about this tall. So you stack 4 high. It's relatively tall, You look at the span, the real estate that it's going to take up on the shelf. It's 31 inches with the tail inverted, it like turned inwards. So that's a lot of space you have to take into account already if you do decide to go in for this. Shout out to Ian Reed, Hard Return on X. Always does these awesome comparisons. You can kind of see just previously, crowd funds or just larger items. They got the Unicron, Cat Slayer, Thunder Tank. They got the Turtle Vans. They got the Dragonfly. Got everything you can imagine as far as a big piece. It's got it kind of scaled up right here. So you look at this dragon right here on the bottom left, and that thing is massive, dude. It's just massive. And to know that this isn't like a play set, like you look at the Cat Slayer, that could pretty much just be a hollow shell. This thing is like a fully articulated dragon. Just the tail alone has all kinds of, cuts in it to allow movement. The wings, they're apparently ratcheted. So that was like a question I had too, is how sturdy this thing was going to be. It's just something that I've always kind of noticed from Mythic Legions, was that they get kind of loose sometimes, Knowing that it's going to have ratcheted wings, that's kind of like, it's a relief. You don't have to really worry about that. I would kind of want that throughout the figure itself, like on the legs and stuff, all that. But I'm sure now that they kind of took into account the wings, I'm pretty sure they're going to take into account everything else. If you look at the size of it, and like I said, $550 for the initial price, 2,000 units to fund. This is where I got to say, I told you so. I fucking told you so. What did I say last week? I haven't heard that many people say this is a definitive yes. I haven't heard that many people say it. I've heard plenty of people say this thing is awesome. Plenty of people say they want it. Knowing that it was $550, I think people were thinking, okay, I could still swing this. No way, man. Because we get into the price of this, 2,000 units to fund, and it 500 plus that we unlock the first figure. So we get Sir Benegar. So this champion of BEYITHIRR unlocks at 2,500 units. So the hill's already climbing. The hill's already climbing, and the 4 horsemen are starting to juice up that package. So you get a first figure unlocked, 500 units above the initial stretch goal. And I gotta say, the figure itself looks pretty awesome. Even without this extra stuff, it looks pretty damn sweet. They were really kind of showcasing just the helmet of it. A lot of these parts aren't ever going to get reproduced. So that in itself, you could already start chopping this thing up and maybe cutting the price down a little bit on your end. Sell off the helmet, sell off the figure if you want. You could probably chop this up and sell it off in pieces. Because 500 units above that, at 3,000, we unlock the upgrade set. So now he gets like fully tricked out, and just look at the shield now. It has like this awesome dragon piece on it. Like this literally looks like it goes hand in hand with this dragon. So that unlocks at 3,000 units. Mind you, I said 2,000 wasn't going to fund initially. I heard within a day. Shout out to my man Mel Saint. No shade at Mel Saint. He's awesome. He said within a day this would fund. I don't think we see this set. I don't think we see this set unlock at 3,500 because continuing on from there, we move on, and the next figure that gets unlocked is the Ashen Skeleton. And this unlocks 500 units above that at 3,500. So this automatically starting to juice up the package on their end. You know, they want to really pack in the value. Where this is where I start to think, I don't really like this. You guys have a skeleton mold. You guys can literally pump these skeletons out in packs. If it's gonna save you guys money on your end, take it off on our end. The more you sell, the lower the price should go, I would think. And then if people want to buy these skeletons later on, you pump them out in a pack like you're doing right now. Like people think that this is free. Like, oh, this is just free though. It's free. Obviously, it's gonna save them money. So, like I said, save them money to take it away. Take it away. You don't need to add this. People just want the fucking dragon. They want the dragon. As awesome as this figure looks, you get the upgrade kit, and then you get another upgrade kit. So another 500 units at 4,000, you get another upgrade kit to a figure that I honestly could care less about. You know, this is going to be, once you're unboxing this thing, I don't even think you're going to take this out of the box for a couple of days because you're just going to be messing around with this beautiful dragon. So another 500 units above that, the full Ashen Skeleton upgrade set unlocks. So you're getting 2 figures at $550 if this thing reaches 4,000 units. And like I said, my man Mel saying that, shout out, dog. I'm gonna eat my words. I'm thinking this thing might not fund at all. We're gonna get into that because, like I said, at 4,000 units, that's 2,000 units above their initial target. Meaning, the MOQ for them is 2,000 units. You know what happens when an MOQ goes above? When you order more than an MOQ, the price that they're paying goes down. They should pass that saving on to the consumer because, like Mel saying, now you're really starting to think how I was thinking last week. As rabid as this fan base is, as awesome as this piece is, this is a lot of fucking money, guys. I'm sorry, but go outside, buy some groceries one day. You're gonna see that not everybody could just toss around 850 plus. Because, like I said, this isn't where it stops here. Like I said, at Legion's Con, they announced that it was going to be separated in 2 different kinds of packages. So if you just want the plain old dragon at 2,000 units, this is all you're going to get. It obviously pushes up to 4,000, and you get the 2 extra figures that we just talked about. At Legion's Con, though, they had this thing posed out with this flame set, the wings spread out, and I was thinking, man, this looks awesome. And people were saying, no, that's separate. You're going to have to pay extra for this. I said, oh, hell no. Okay. So this is all the way back in November. Then I'm thinking this, like, okay, this is getting expensive then. Because if they're making this an accessory set, the span of this Fiery Breath add-on set alone makes the dragon that much longer. So at 31 inches that I said with the tail inverted, now it's that much longer. I think it gets close to like 4 feet in length. And that's just insane. That's just an insane amount of real estate for something that I don't think a lot of people are going to have displayed fully extended that much in the year, you know? As we get into this Fiery Breath set, this obviously isn't just a fucking flame that attaches inside of the mouth. You have to re-sculpt out the neck, re-sculpt out the head. A lot of people were kind of pointing out, oh, you should have just put a hinge on the head. And I actually understand this now because it was actually pointed out to me in their last wave, the Reign of the Beast wave, that it does kind of cut up like the sculpt of the face, you know. So even the eyes would like switch over. They kind of get a little bit more squinty eyes, you know, because he's unleashing his fire breath, bro. You know, so it's got to get a little bit more ferocious in it, you know, more ferocity in the look of the dragon. So it's not just like, oh, they could have just hinged up the mouth. The neck is fully extended. And then this includes a Fiery Breath Burning Night figure. Like I said, now we're just getting into a whole wave of figures unnecessarily. Because like I said, you can say, oh, it's free. You know, you're paying this. You don't have to buy this. But the other two figures are free. Is the more they sell, the more free shit we get. No, dude. It's the more they want to sell you. It's the more they want to push on you. I don't want that. I want the savings. And even this, like I said, we're looking at this set. This set is going to cost you $150 just for this. So you're already looking at two figures, quote unquote, free at 4,000 units. You add this 150 plus 550, you're at $700. $700. And this also has a funding goal at 1,000 units. So it's not even like you could add this off rip. You know, you're going to have to also hopefully that another 999 people are going in for this set. And by the looks of it, it looks like it's well on its way. But it doesn't stop there, guys. Another 250 units. We upgrade the kit to the Burning Knight. And this is, like I said, as cool as it might be, it's just an unnecessary thing that they can easily package this throughout the year. Hey, guys, if you got this dragon, even if you don't have the dragon, sell this figure to people that want to buy it. You don't need to unnecessarily pack this into this whole rollout. Because like I said, that's costing you guys money. Money that you're supposedly passing on to us through a figure. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Because from there, it doesn't stop, guys. It doesn't stop. Burning Knight plus upgrade kit. Like I said, this unlocks at 1,250 units. So like I said, you need multiple crowd funds going on simultaneously to really get the full fixing. And it doesn't stop there, guys. Because with that accessory kit, like I said, it pushes to just over 70 inches. So yeah, man, that's an insane amount of real estate that, like I said, it's just an awesome piece. It's gonna stand out on anybody's kitchen table. You know, I think that's the only place I'd be able to put it fully extended like this. And it's awesome. It's awesome, man. So just for this right here, minus the wings, we're looking at a $750 price tag. Hopefully everything unlocks. But it doesn't stop there, guys. Epic wing add-on set. Now, if you want to get this thing fully extended out, even with the wings, because you know when the fire's coming out, he's got to stretch his wings, man. We're looking at another $150, and also another funding goal, 1,000 units. So something that I thought could have just initially been thrown into the Dragon pre-order is another $150. With, like I said, another unnecessary figure. And I mean unnecessary in the terms that I don't need it right now. I'm just buying a dragon. It's like you go to a car dealership. I want to buy this car. Okay, but you know, they want to throw you all this extra stuff. I just want the car. It's like, no, but we're going to throw in a vacation to Disneyland. And in your head, you're doing the math. If you take that stupid vacation away, the price of the car is what I want to pay, what I'm thinking I want to pay. Them saying it's free. It's not free, guys. Like, it's not free. Nothing's free. It's costing somebody something, right? And like I said, they're trying to pass that to you. Like, oh, it's free. No, it ain't fucking free. I'm paying for this fucking shit because I'm looking at the total amount that I'm paying. So Ashen Zombie included with the Epic Wing add-on set. Like I said, 1,250 units unlocks another upgrade kit. This gives you an extra couple head sculpts. And this, to me, is where I know it doesn't make any fucking sense. How many of these zombies are they going to give you? One. It's like one. So only one night gets burned. Only one zombie is walking around in ash. They're giving you 2 head sculpts. Obviously, they're going to make these figures available sometime after the crowdfund. They should. So it's like, don't do this. Don't do this. Take this fucking figure away. Shave off $50. Same with that Burning Knight. Shave off $50. Same with those 2 other figures. Shave that shit off and charge $200 less than what you're charging. Because I don't even think these things fund anyway. like Mel saying, I don't even think this thing funds anyway. You're getting one figure, multiple head sculpts, 1,000 units to fund, another 150. Now you're pushing it up to 850 before shipping and tax. And we get into the size comparisons. Mythic Legions fans, they know well and good the size of these figures. I have, like I said, I have a horse myself. Have a couple goblins. I don't have any of these trolls, but just I've seen them. They're like the size of a small baby, you know. So just imagine this huge thing towering over that. It's insane, you know. So without all the fixings, you're looking at 550. Fiery Breath, another 150. Epic Wing add-on set, another 150. And like I was saying, pointing out, shout out to my man Mel saying, like I said, no shade, but this is what I knew was gonna happen. You weren't gonna see the shit move up like an old goddamn Ghostbuster HasLab. GI Joe HasLab. You put your fucking money down the minute you press order. You don't, 30 days. Fuck it, guys. Let's see the stretch goals. Come on, woo. You ain't none of that shit. You put your fucking money down now. And it ain't like a fucking Maximum Spidey that you don't even have to think about. You could just order it. It's only $50. At the end of the world. This shit's pushing, for me, this thing is pushing just over $1,100. Just over $1,100. And that to me is just no. That's a full-on no. You guys ever seen that Adam Sandler meme where he's like, yeah, this is where I win. This is where I fucking lose. This is where I know I'm a fucking loser. Because I ain't paying this shit, man. Shipping $150. Like I said, I was imagining 100. Estimated tax with all the fixings, another $100 on top of that. No fucking way. I'm not that irresponsible. I can learn to live without it, man. Like I said last week, the minute that I say no to this is the minute that I start having FOMO. That's just a given. Anybody that passes on this, it's instant FOMO. Instant FOMO. You're gonna want this shit. It's awesome. Like it's seriously awesome. Let me play that video one more time while I take a sip of my water and gather my thoughts over here because the chat's sliding in here. Yeah, and like I said, if I could be reversed over here trolling, like the chat saying, man, this is pretty outrageous as far as just the total amount goes for paying for a toy, one toy. Not to say that this isn't worth the price. Like I said, I already just gave my thoughts on how I would have chopped it up. I would have offered this thing. I wouldn't be offering free figures. You know, these are free, guys. That's a wave of figures that you're paying for on top of this fucking thing. You know that, right? I wouldn't have done that. I would just gave people that beautiful piece that we just saw. And like I said, shave off the price of these figures because that's costing the company something. And like I said, they're passing that savings to you. Oh, this is the extra stuff. No, somebody's paying for that. So like I said, $1,100. They did come out and say you get local pickup. So I would have saved myself $150. And a little hack. I actually read their post. If I was going in for this, I would actually put local pickup at warehouse. And then 3 years from now, when it arrives, change your mind. And then pay for the shipping then. So you don't have to pay for the shipping up front. That's what I'll do if I was going in for it. Because it says only select this if you know you're going to pick it up. But if you can't, then we're going to charge you the shipping when it arrives. Okay. Then you're going to do that. Because that's honestly what I would do. It's a local pickup. They don't fucking know where you're at. And then, like I said, 3-4 years from now, when it really arrives, hey, local pickup's ready. Oh shit, I moved. Send it over. Then you can kind of separate the payment a little bit. But other than that, $1,100 total for me. I just can't do it. You know, like I said, instant FOMO, but I can live with it, man. It's this or, you know, a number of other things that I can buy. You know, it's just we're constantly seeing, you know, figures go for pre-orders, stuff arriving. You know, it's just like I said, it's how you budget yourself and how you kind of, you know, collect. But it's this to me versus, like I said, $1,100 worth of other stuff where I don't know. I kind of like other stuff also, you know. So like I said, you know, we still have a month long to go to really decide. Um, that's the other thing that I probably would have done different, and I think they might, because like Milsane was pointing out, this thing might not even reach the stretch goals. Dude. It's on a very slow pace. It's just over 500 units sold. The Fiery Breath pack is equally moving pretty well. That's actually moving the fastest, you know, because one of the things that I actually noticed, shout out to my man Will, he's in the house. He says, "Hey yo, F that dragon, but what up, peeps?" Is yo, what if you just buy the Fiery Breath set? You could kind of have that dragon head sticking out of a diorama or something, the fire coming out. That just itself is gonna run you $200. So it's like, fuck, I might as well just get the goddamn dragon, you know, without the fiery set. It's just very kind of weird how they chopped it up. But there's a number of ways that I would have done it that I think would have been a lot better. And we're gonna see if these guys pivot, try something different. They might extend it. They might give people 2 months because, like we said just before this thing launched, they were giving people a month without even really telling them how much it's gonna cost. This doesn't make any sense. Like people have pre-orders that are already pre-ordered from months earlier. They're gonna charge at any given day. You got Mofex always charging randomly, Mesco charging randomly. You're not gonna give people an inclination or any idea what the price is gonna be, and then say that they only have 1 month to buy it. It makes no fucking sense. It's like, where does that make sense, you know? But what are your guys' thoughts on this, man? Because like I said, I was kind of scrolling through some of the chat while the video was playing. We got Hard, Fast, and Ugly in the house. He says, I got a big dragon for you. Hey, yo! Thor's in the house. Says, hi, Omar. I did the math, and the shipping plus accessories is beyond my budget. Yeah, same. Like I said, I just kind of added everything up. This is what it was going to run me, man. And even if I split this, you can split the payments. I think you can split it in 4. I don't know. It's still going to be a nice chunk every month that it comes out, you know, or every 2 weeks. I think it gets charged. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, Thor. Aiden Skates in the house. He says, "What's up, everyone? Am I late for the dragon giveaway, Omar?" Yeah, I think you missed it. I love how the Rancor is shown as a Force ghost in the comparison. Cracks me up every time. Yeah, Force Ghost Rancor. R.I.P. to that Rancor, man. But yeah, like Mel saying, I might not fund it all, man. It might not fund it all, and that would be a real shame, man, because this piece is so awesome. I didn't go to Legion's Con or anything, but just looking at the pictures, I'm sure it doesn't do justice. I think it would look that much better in person. Like seeing just the beautiful texture to it, all the scales. They actually have a video on their YouTube right now, like talking about the making of this piece. I just saw the time that it took. I think his name is Eric Treadaway. Man, it took him like 2 years to sculpt this out, almost. You know, like by scale, he was doing every scale individually. I guess it wasn't like he had like some kind of pattern he could just press into it or whatever. It's crazy, you know. So like I said, I think it's well worth every penny, but it is a lot of pennies, you know. So you got to decide if it's well worth it to you. People are about to drop $1,000 on this dragon. Why can't 4 Horsemen just include all these figures instead of playing this unlock game? Just include it. That's all they have to do. Well, that's what I mean. That's minimum order quantity. Minimum order quantity means this is the minimum they have to sell to make what they deem is profit, you know, fair profit. So if they're selling more than their minimum order quantity, then that means they have more profit, and in that profit, they're making those figures, and they're saying, "Here, guys, here's the profit. This is what we saved." No, I want that profit coming out of the fucking dragon's ass. I don't want figures I don't want to buy right now. Not to say those figures are ass and I wouldn't want them. Yeah, I would want them. Make that shit a separate wave. Make that shit a separate fucking wave a year before this thing lands, or even now, a month if they're already ready to go. And then you could give people the option to buy as many of those goddamn Ashen Zombies as they want, many of those Flame Knights as they want. To say that this is free, it's not free, dude. we're paying for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like it just doesn't make any sense. This comment made me laugh. What the fuck you think they smoking out in Jersey? Because a rack is crazy as fuck. My man Bacho sliding in and shit. I was talking to him about it too, man. You know, he said it was going to be 40 shipping. So I think you know what he was talking about. But huge Legions fan, you know, this guy, and I think he's even kind of crunching the number. And it's like I said, there's no shame if you decide to pass. It's a fucking $1,100 piece. It's not cheap, you know. And I think it's not the end of the world, you know. FOMO is just it's all in your fucking head at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They better include an add-on for the dragon to suck my yo 1100. That's a Temu AI fembot. Yeah, exactly. There's other ways to spend that money. The skeleton with nothing and the wings is the same price of the fire with the screw head and neck, a figure with excess accessories. Yeah, the figures, I think the figures are awesome, but I just don't need them at the time of purchase of this dragon. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be available in 3 years. I don't think it's coming out next month. I'm guessing 3 years. Yeah. Honestly, if I can't fly this shit, if it can't fly, this shit is work. I can't do it. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of money. I live in New York, so it's 1 hour ride for me. Downside is that it's New Jersey. I think there's a few toy reviewers out there who will double and triple down just to get the clicks. Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple streams already, people saying, you know, downplaying the price and stuff. I don't think it's the smartest thing to downplay the price. You can definitely say it's expensive, but you can also say it's well worth the price. Two things can be true at the same time. I think it's expensive as fuck. I don't think it's nice. I see a fucking Lamborghini driving down the street. That's out of my price range. I think that shit's fucking expensive, but it's fucking awesome. Would I want it? Yeah, fuck yeah, I would want it. So, like I said, I think it's just fair to kind of, you know, call it what it is, and then, you know, decide for yourself. Future Rick in the house is y'all too poor for this line. I know if you're a Mythic Legions hardcore and you got this dragon, I'm sorry, bud. You ain't no Mythic Legions fucking fan. Tyler always says there's no way the wing skeleton pack should be the same as the fire pack. Dude, honestly, I don't even want those figures. I don't know how they chopped it up. I think they just chopped it up, like I said, to bump up that price. So, you know, determining the value between that is just it's just a waste of time. They forgot to include New Jersey State motto: visit for a day, regret it for a lifetime. Oh man, my man Ghost Tab going in on Jersey. I've never been, bro, and now you're changing my mind if I ever want to go there. Is there a demonstration video of someone messing with the articulation? No, man. The only video that I saw was that little video that I kind of put together, made it look like a car commercial and shit. Rick says the line is not for the poor legend collectors. Yeah, I agree, man. It's not for the maximum Spidey fans. I didn't want the Fiery Knight, but not for 200. And see, that's the other thing. You can easily go in for this and you can start chopping this thing up. You can start chopping this thing up. When we get to the next slide, you could sell even the dragon, the first figure. I know that one's gonna fetch at least $150. I don't like that. I don't like having to sell off stuff where initially it didn't have to be in the release to begin with. Like if I'm gonna plan on selling this thing, just the company shouldn't add it in there into the package, because people are probably gonna do that, you know. Like I could see this figure selling, you know, for $120, you know, with everything, you know. Hustle SM is in the house. Dragons for everyone. Green Ranger voice. Oh man, it'd be dope if that's all you had to do to fucking summon this dragon. Speaking of Flaming Knights, I have a way make that 550 USD. Hey yo, come on, go Sab. Diggs figures in the house. Is it went with the head and neck, split it with the buddy. It's just that's just what wants. That's just split it with the buddy that just wants the fig. Oh, okay. So yeah, see, there's people doing that. Then that's actually smart, because yeah, with the head, just getting the head and stuff like that, that's a genius idea. Like that's genius, because you're still gonna fucking be able to pretty much take the same picture as if you did get this dragon. You know, shout out to my man Wavy. He was kind of pointing out a lot of motherfuckers aren't even gonna figure out how to fit all this into a photo, you know. So just the head alone, like that's pretty smart. And yeah, there's definitely gonna be people out there that just want the Fire Unite. So that's a good move right there, Diggs. I kept staring at this thing, but damn, Iraq is tough. Yeah, my man Andy's. Yeah, he saw it in person. You know, he saw it in person. And like I said last week, I don't think there was gonna be that many people that were definitive yes on it, just because of the goddamn price, man. My man KJ's in the house. Pussies, I got 5 dragons coming. Oh goddamn, that's something. That's like a car payment and shit. Nah, no way. I can just get a hand puppet dragon and call that a Mythic Legions dragon. If you know, you know. Yeah, shout out to my man Rick. Some people think there was a hand puppet about a year ago. I'm complaining about the price of the dragon, but I'm gonna spend on the Hot Toy Superior Spider-Man and Terminator, which is about the same price together. Yeah. Like I said, there's a number of ways you can kind of split this up. My man Ortega in the house. Hey, yo, fighting Conan. No way should the wing set be separate. Yeah, I feel like there's a number of ways this could have definitely got chopped up, but I honestly think taking the figures out is probably would have been the best move, because then I think you could have honestly shaved off just about $200. You know, if I'm kind of doing the math in my head, which is like $40 for the figure, maybe another $20 for the accessory set. You know, that's 4 figures. That's 160. You know, that's a lot of money, dude. And that shit is not free. 40. My man Boncho with the $40 shipping. I said, what is this guy fucking ordering? Fucking accessory pack. The people who buy this are going to be the same fucks that complain about $350 HasLab clickbait. Yeah. You might be right about that, Wavy. Still hasn't passed his first tier, eh? Yeah, dude, I was just saying, man. I was calling that. I didn't think it would fund that fast, you know, because it's not a small tax, dude. By no means, you know, it's definitely something, man. You know, and I kind of knew that. Just initially, kind of just calculating the stuff in my head. I was like, nah, this thing is not gonna ship for $40, like this guy's saying. So I was like, man, the tax is gonna bump it up another. I was thinking like 60 to $80. I was like, fuck, $100 tax because I want everything. Nah, no way, no fucking way. Rojo is in the building. He says, bang, bang, bang. What up, Rojo? But is there anybody in the chat that is going in for this, man? Because like I said last week, I didn't see that many definitive yes, and I'm still not seeing them, man. You know, even from the most hardcore fans, you know. All the price elitists gotta love them. Yep. Obi-Wan, he says, you're convincing me, Omar. I may want to wait for the Mexican knockoff at third of the cost. I heard people talking about CT Dragon coming soon. CT Toys. Oh, man. Rose says, yo, Mythic Legion is all in or not? Yeah, exactly. You all in? Yeah, NYC. NYC said he was on the fence. Am I mistaken that there's nobody in the chat going in for this? I can't wait for Omar to talk to the bank for a loan to buy a dragon. Yeah, dude. You know what? Like I said, you got a month, man. You got a month. I still haven't even done my taxes yet. I might get my tax return and feel fucking stupid about it, you know? Honestly, skeleton or zombie dragon, and I'm in, but this one, I'm out. Man, when they say that this is the pillar to the west, I'm like, okay, well, then that automatically means there's 3 more that they might cook up. Might see like an ice dragon, a fucking flame dragon, fucking, and I'm thinking they're saying this is going to be exclusive to store Horsemen. There's 0 chance that we never see another dragon from these guys again. Another repaint, retailer exclusive. Shout out to my man Ghost, not Ghost Tab, fighting codenames. He said, "Oh, big bad toy store, black and red one, badass." I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that, man. You know, catching the replay on this. Peace, fam. Yo, Beware. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for stopping by. My man's always working this shit. And 4 weeks ago, we were making fun of the people buying that 1.2 K USD Metroplex. I think I would rather go in for that, honestly. If I had a spare $1,100 on me, I'm gonna wait for the Red Dragon. If that even ends up funding, that is, yeah, we'll see. Giant Man for 200 was not that bad in retrospect. Yeah, there's a number of things that could have this could be priced at. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, it's funny that you kind of point out that Giant Man. I think the best thing the Marvel Legends could do is announce a Fing Fang Foom this year. It's like, hey guys, come on back. Come on back over here, guys. Fing Fang Foom, $350, $300. Bam. Instantly selling that shit. People are going to be like, whoa, I missed out on this. I'm getting this shit. That'd be the smartest thing they could fucking do. Ray says, I'm more of an environment guy. I like castles to put my figures in. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like there's got to be companies that get back to that, like dioramas and stuff, play sets. Like enough of these like large pieces. Ramen Toys Dragon coming 2026. I think Ace is worried about some other fucking company's toy lines. I don't think he's even got this on his radar. I wait until the end, but not a solid yes. My man Ortega. Hey, there we go. That's more like it. That's more on the fence sounding. NYC. Yeah, if they do a flame or ice one, I might be down. God damn it, NYC. This motherfuckers. This is a definitive no if it's coming from NYC then. For the people buying this, I completely understand. It will be a centerpiece for anyone's collection. Yeah, man, exactly. Instant FOMO the minute the funding closes, and even more FOMO when people start getting this in hand. $70 Dragon, only 130 all in, shipping his ass. Yeah, I saw Ortega too. He did some kind of crazy shit where he added like a bunch of like this other stuff that's on the store Horseman site, and the shipping wasn't $150. So it's like, wait a minute, I'm adding like 100 fucking things in stock, and the shipping was, I think it didn't even go above $14 or something like that. So it's like, the cost of this shit's all over the fucking place, man. Where I don't know, we're gonna see if this thing even funds, like we were saying, but I think we could all agree that it's a very awesome piece. And yeah, anybody that's lucky enough to actually go in for this, I think they're gonna dig it, man. I think they're gonna love it, and I hope it does get over the funding goal, because like I always say, man, just the sheer fact of knowing that this stuff exists is cool to me. If I ever have, you know, the itch that I'm dying to have this, it's probably going to be way more than $1,100. Probably going to cost $2,000 maybe. Who cares? It exists. It's out there. You can get it. So hopefully it does reach that. But we're going to have to wait and see. While my man's still coping, I hope they only the flame effect funds. Oh, man. They better teleport that shit. Dude, if only the flame effect funds, that's fucking, that's insane. And that's kind of a fucking, I don't know. It'd be cool, like I said, for the people that want to get that, but that would just be such a shame, dude, honestly, because I've heard nothing but that strongest fan base in collecting. This is gonna fund within an hour, within a day. I don't think so. I don't think it's like that, you know. I think they get a lot of normies to buy their stuff too. You know, like I said, I don't Legions that hard. I've bought a couple myself. I think everybody in the chat has bought a few themselves. I don't think they consider themselves hardcore Legions guys. But I think everybody could agree this is awesome, man. And if it does fund, you might just need something to fight this dragon. And we move on to the 112 scale collection. Frazetta Icon Collectibles Conan. Pre-order coming in March. And man, this thing is looking pretty freaking awesome. I still got to pull the trigger on that Vampirella that just came out, man. The one with the dumpy, she looks awesome. I saw a shot to Jay Hernandez who's posting it up. It looks good. I actually do got to go and order that. If it's on 5K, I'm going to try to see if I order it after the show, because I do want that. Frazetta Icon Collectibles, man. Frazetta Girl is continuing to pump out these paintings from their grandfather. This is from the Destroyer painting. And like, as you can see, you got like the same kind of helmet and stuff. So what they're doing is always just kind of like making figures of characters that their grandfather has painted, like the versions that he's painted, you know? So a lot of people are actually getting this confused with another Conan figure we're going to take a look at right now. But just knowing that Frazetta has painted this character so many times, a lot of people kind of attribute Conan to him. None of his paintings have the word Conan in it, you know? So the character looks like him, and it is him, but none of his paintings go by the name Conan. You know, yet they actually have to kind of license that name out also themselves sometimes. And when I was talking to Rob Post, previous live stream that I was on, he said that the way this guy's license is like broken up for Zeta, the granddaughters have some paintings, the grandson Frankie Jr. has some paintings. So depending on the painting, you have to license it with either or person. We just saw the Death Dealer going up from Savage Crucible. Who owns that? Most likely Frankie Jr. We're seeing all this stuff going up through Frazetta Icon Collectibles. Who owns that? Most likely the granddaughter. So knowing that, you're already gonna like have to kind of, nobody knows who owns what until you start to see the companies pump out the figures. Now this Conan was shown off at SDCC. They had like a small panel. Not a lot of information came out of it, but this week we actually got to see like more information coming out from Eamon O'Donoghue. He's one of the sculptors that kind of works with Icon Collectibles. He works with a number of other companies. He's kind of putting stuff out on his Instagram. And yeah, this is going to be the figure that goes up for pre-order through them. Pre-order opens in March. But like I said, a lot of people are confusing this Conan with Battle of Blackstone Conan action figure. Now, this isn't going to be Frazetta Icon Collectibles, Frazetta Girls. This is going to be from Rob De La Torre's incredible artwork, bringing you the Blackstone Conan action figures. So this is a separate one. And this is the perfect representation of Robert De La Torre's Conan. Key features sculpted by Gurjit Singh. And then this project is managed by Eamon O'Donoghue. So the same guy that's sculpting that previous Conan is also working on a separate project with this other company called Heroic Signatures. And I believe this company is the one licensing it out also to pump out a comic with Titan Comics. It's honestly pretty good Conan series from what I've heard. So this one's gonna come with like battle axe, Angie sword, Solomon Kane's staff, Solomon Kane's rapier, Borax pistol, Brule spear, figure stand. So more information on this to come. And this is the version of Conan that we're getting. So Rob De La Torre's artwork is actually pretty sweet too, man. He's got like a lot of line works, very cool black and white, like stuff that I've seen, honestly. But some of his newer stuff I haven't read, like that stuff on Titan Comics, I haven't really read. But this version of Conan is freaking dope. So equally, I'm in for probably both of these. But like I said, there's two different kinds, and a lot of people are kind of mistaking both. My man Tyler, I think Icon Collectibles is also working on the Blackstone. No, they're not. They don't have nothing to do with this one. This isn't owned by them. This is a comic run through Heroic Signatures and Titan Comics. So the name Conan is a name that is owned by somebody, but Frazetta Girls, they don't own Conan, so this doesn't have anything to do with them. They're kind of showing off some of the weaponry, and then this is the artwork that they're basing this Conan figure off of, which has nothing to do with Frazetta. So it isn't Frazetta Girls. It's licensing this out, but equally a dope Conan. I gotta say, like it's pretty dope looking. And since I think Eamon O'Donoghue is overseeing this project, obviously it's gonna have similarities to some of the Icon Collectible stuff. But I don't know. Either way, I'm happy to get both of them. I think this Icon Collectibles one is a little bit more of a classic Conan that I have in my head. So I'm excited to this one's going up for pre-order this month. And it looks like their pre-orders launched pretty fast and the item arrives fairly fast. So I can see this shipping now within a few months, you know. I think from the time of pre-order to the time of release, it's usually like a couple months at the most, from what I've noticed. So I can definitely see this coming out within a few months, probably before summertime. And then this one, no information on when this one launches, but it is another cool one that I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Icon Collectibles is separate from Frazetta Girls. No, it's not, dude. If you look at the logo of Icon Collectibles, it says by Frazetta Girls. That's their company. Like that's just how they license out the stuff. That's just the action figure company of their grandfather's stuff. So if you look at the logo to Icon Collectibles, it literally says that by Frazetta Girls. So separate. Trust me, Tyler L. Trust me, I did like fucking hour worth of research on this shit. And you can actually go to the Conan website and kind of sign up for like a waiting list, and it has nothing to do for Frazetta Girls. This is all, like I said, Rob De La Torre's portrayal of Conan, but equally dope, you know. And I don't really know too much about this company right here, Heroic Signature, but that's the company doing this one. You know what I mean? What are your guys' thoughts? So I think like I said, they're both dope as fuck. Conan is a free man, nobody owns him. Yeah, exactly. It'd be cool to fucking get this guy to just slay some shit though, man, you know, because man, I'm interested to see more of these like kind of like barbarian monster types, like all these like figures or characters that this dude's slaying. I want to see companies produce that. Like that's what I want to see. I'm like, we're getting enough Conans. I want to see like these like army builder types with like weapons packs, and I feel like that's what Savage Crucible is gonna bring in their line. They're gonna just continue to pump out like these like different types of warriors and stuff aside from signature characters. So I'm looking forward to what they continue to do. But yo, you know, Frazetta Girls is also on the map, putting out like, just like I said, multiple different versions of their grandfather's artwork. And then now we got another player in the mix with Heroic Signatures pumping this out. So we got to wait to see where this one goes or when it launches. And then we got to wait to see when that first one arrives from Frazetta Icons. Cage says the comic Conan is dope. Yeah, this one looks fucking dope as fuck, man. I like this shit a lot, and it's giving you these different looks. So you get like the different helmet types, and just the spread on weapons is just fucking awesome, you know. And it's cool that they're already kind of showcasing some of this stuff, like already kind of sculpted out. You're obviously gonna get good paint job on it with the blood splattering everywhere. Like that looks awesome. The Mezco release was partially based on that art too. Yeah, Yeah, Rob De La Torres. Like I said, if you look up his artwork, he has like a lot of cool stuff that, man, if he really gets into it with these guys, like, and they start pumping out different figures, like I'm in for it, you know. The one thing with this one I would have wanted to see is maybe like a soft goods like shirt on this. Like I think that would have like done wonders for this, but it would be hard to mass produce this same kind of wear and tear and shit. So yeah, we gotta wait to see which one moves better too, because both of them looks fairly similar as far as articulation. Shout out to Tyler L. He was kind of pointing the single jointed elbows on both figures. I think that's just an Eamon O'Donoghue thing. I don't think they want to cut up those biceps and forearms too much, but hey man, you know, they're still selling. And this one I think is going to be scaled at probably just over 7 inches. I think also the other one, the Icon Collectibles one, is also going to be scaled around there. So I don't mind it, you know. I'm not a fucking Hasbro. I don't need everything to scale with my Spidey. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And then another little indie company always pumping out stuff. This Big Bad Workshop Operation Monster Force Aphis Legion builder and the Donner Party figure. So we're starting to see more of these monster figures go up for pre-order. I believe these ones had already gone up for pre-order, but now we get like full solicitations of them with like all the good photography that they put together. And they look pretty cool, man. I've only picked up a couple of the Monster Force stuff myself. I actually shipped that out before the end of last year. Thankfully I did, because the two that I wanted ended up selling out after. So we got to wait to see when these ones arrive, but since they already kind of got the photography ready to go, it shouldn't be too long. I think these ship out Q3 or Q4 of this year. And just looking through them, man, they look awesome. Good army builders. What I did like about the two figures that I got is like the gear packs. Like I was talking to my man Conan about this. The gear packs on these figures is just so good. Like it's got all this extra paint, where when I first saw these, I just thought they were like more expensive type of GI Joes, because they just kind of remind me of that same type of figure. But all the stuff that they come in with as far as the accessories, this one's coming with like a soft goods type of cloak. It's awesome, man. You know, and then like I said, the gear packs kind of stand out a lot. Just the different kind of accessories, the weapons, the sculpts, and the interchangeability with the heads. You could just buy like 2 or 3 of these and you got like 2 or 3 different kind of figures, you know, with all the stuff added onto it. So I'm gonna continue to buy some of these. Like I said, last year I was just kind of trying to dip my toes slowly. I ended up getting just 2, and when I got those in hand, I wanted to buy more, and they were already kind of sold out. So I believe they have another run of those coming up, but that's probably going to be, I think, Q2, like a reissue of those coming up Q2 of this year. So yeah, one thing though that I always gotta point out about this, and shout out to Diggs, I think he pointed it out one time on the show, was like, man, these guys constantly showing off pre-orders. So it does get annoying when they launch it like this, where it's just a render of the stuff. But I think it's just to give them an inclination on how many to order. You know, obviously you're not putting any money down on Big Bad Toy Store, but it is a good way for them to kind of anticipate how many people are going to order this. And I think their pre-orders start to ramp up once you get the full photography of the figures. So it's cool that they're kind of doing it that way. I'm sure they're starting to see more influx in pre-orders. Like I said, once these figures get shown off in you know, well-lit images and stuff, good dials around them. So you gotta wait to see when or just how happy people are gonna be with this line as it continues and stuff. And then Diggs was saying, I'll wait till they update the 2011 articulation. Shout out to that Conan. Eamon O'Donoghue said the Blackstone Conan will have Butterfly Jones. Okay, so that might be a little bit more of an update. And yeah, like KJ was pointing out, that comic one is dope. So be on the lookout for that one. When does the Cobra looking dude come out? Cobra looking dude? Shit, I don't know, man. Like I said, there's a shit ton of these pre-orders on Big Bad Toy Store, so it's hard to really kind of know which ones with what wave and what order they're coming out and stuff. The one thing I like though is it does look like they get like their fair share of reuse. So I think once these things are kind of tooled up and ready to go, like the frequency of releases are gonna get closer together. At least that's what I'm hoping, you know, because it doesn't really look like they're changing too much stuff around. Like these kind of look like those Delta Troopers a little bit, but now they kind of have like flesh parts missing and stuff. They got more of a zombie effect. So that's kind of that's cool. Like they're not just repainting this fucking thing out and putting a different head on it. They're like adding like tooling to this shit. Monster Force and Savage Crucible, every figure is a must. My man Conan is chilling hard. He wants that fucking free product. Zombie cops are always the way to go. Yeah, man. Just zombies. And man, even just a plain old cop, like a regular cop would be freaking awesome. I was actually watching a Ramen Toys like live stream, like 2 days ago or something. And he said when he was out in Toy Fair in New York, he was like sightseeing. He was like taking pictures of like police cars and stuff. Man, that's genius, dude. Do that. They don't need to go and do mask and all this other crap. Nobody wants that shit, man. Especially if it's not 112. Like a 112 NYPD police car, like that's sick, bro. And shout out to NYC. I know he's seen the back of one of those once or twice in his his younger days. So I'll be down for that, man. Like continue to do stuff that no other company's doing. You don't need to rip off IPs and all this other stuff, or third party stuff. Just get stuff that's in real life, So obviously this is a little bit far from real life, but it's original. It's original enough to them, and people are here for it, man. They're gonna continue to buy the shit. Oh man, NYC, I'm in on all the Monster Force zombie packs, extra heads, and pop on my Joes. Yeah, man, the accessory packs to just mix and match with your Joes. It's like that's genius, dude. And it's the same thing that like Bobby did with like the same kind of peg sizes with like Hasbro stuff. It's like interchangeability. You're just smart about it, and hopefully, I think that's what a lot of people are banking on Mattel to do also with their upcoming DC line. Is just keep it with the Hasbro shit, bro. Keep it with the Hasbro shit. That's what everybody wants, and it's gonna be good for your company in the long run, bro. I told you not to talk about that. Yeah, the NYC squad patrol car and shit. I can't wait till Ramen Toys release their He-Man clone. Man, I've been waiting that for damn near a year already, man. If that comes out, we gotta wait and see. But then also staying on this little indie run, we get the Nameless Toy Company presents Space Zombies from Mars. So this is a Kickstarter that's currently live. And I believe it's from one of the sculptors from Big Bad Workshop. So one of the guys is kind of sculpting some of these like Monster Force figures out and some of those Santa figures at least out. I know for sure the Santa. I don't actually know if he's doing the Monster Force, but I know he's doing like the Santa Claus figures and stuff that we see all the time. He's actually got his own Kickstarter launching right now, or it's already launched. And I believe it actually kind of confused me on there because it's in Canadian dollars. I'm like, man, I don't got time to fucking like convert this stuff, but it looks like it's a slow rollout to funding. I think it's on like not even like 30% funded yet. So just taking a look at the figures, we got the Guy Garrison military figure, Julia Stryker Science. And then obviously the name of the company, Space Zombies from Mars. We get the Red Walker military, so you get a little zombie action, and the science figure zombie. And I don't know, like I said, it's for what they are, they're cool, but like, man, it's just a lot of stuff out right now that you can get. I don't particularly think this is something I really need at the time, but cool line of figures is a cool line of figures, I can say. And they are packing the same amount of stuff that I see on like this Monster Force stuff. All these hands, like cool looking gear packs. You get cool little accessories like this classified little file thing that they got here. And then some of the silhouette images are just like the zombie limbs and stuff. So I guess when they convert into a zombie, they're gonna be like wailing around limbs and shit. It's kind of fun, but it's just, I don't know. For me, it's not something that I'm particularly in for. But I am seeing this Kickstarter to do its round. So like I said, same thing that I said about the Dragon, I could say about this. I hope it funds. Even if it's not for me, it might be for somebody. And with the pop and swap and stuff, and if these guys do kind of sculpt them out to kind of resemble some of these like Monster Force figures, and maybe you could just pop and swap these heads on some of these other figures and just get them even more different looking, and I think that's a win also, and shit, for photography, you could even kind of, I don't know if you could take some of these gear packs off, but they don't necessarily have to be astronauts. I think that would be the best thing to do though, is allow that, kind of take that stuff off. But we got to wait to see that. And like I said, that's on Kickstarter right now. So if you're interested, go take a look. I'm sorry I don't have the prices, but man, if they're not converting that shit to USD, I ain't doing that shit. Like, I'm sorry, man. But man, we gotta wait to see if they do fun. They really throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks when it comes to 6-inch figs. I mean, it's something. It's that movie that came out back in the day with Ice Cube and shit. That zombie Mars movie. There's always been movies about this shit. So I don't know. And these aren't the only two figures that are on there. There's a couple of other ones, but I was just like, you know what? it basically looked the same. They're just different colored gear. Where like that's the other thing I get. And this is what I always say, man. I get that they always want to attach lore to stuff. That's like, man, if you're just gonna do something simple, just do astronauts, just do cops. Like, you don't need to like create this like storyline behind it. Like, people just want the zombies, bro. They just want the zombies, you know, whether they're astronauts or cops or whatever the fuck. I don't think you gotta overthink it like that, man. NYC says all in on space zombies. Really hope they fun and hit all tiers. Okay, see, so we do got a little bit of excitement for this shit. That terrible ass movie, yeah, the Ice Cube joint. Oh man, what was it called? Wasn't it called Space Zombies from Mars? It was something stupid, Mars Zombies or some shit. That movie was dope, but because they were like crazy barbarism. Is that a word? Barbarism. We're moving on, man. Keeping it with this ghouls and goblins and shit. Moving into the Scooby-Doo line from Jada Toys. Finally, most anticipated line of 2025, I think. That and then Storm Arena. I gotta say, those two lines are getting a lot of attention every time they tease stuff off. But man, I was waiting for this one. Finally, get the pre-orders go live for Shaggy. And like I said, man, when we saw these at STCC, these things look awesome. It's just going to be a fun line to collect. Something that a lot of people really wanted over the years was a good 112 Scooby-Doo line, fully articulated. You know, a lot of the times when we get toys like this, it's mostly for kids. You know, it doesn't have a lot of articulation. They're not like properly 6-inch scale or anything like that. So, like I said about the Street Fighter stuff, they're gonna continue to do like all these other cool lines that weren't really on a lot of people's radar, you know, that much, or you know, any other company's radar that much. And these guys are just going after the licenses. Who knows, after this line does so well, maybe we're gonna see like other Hanna-Barbera stuff get licensed out from other companies, because that's what I felt like happened with Street Fighter. You know, these guys put out an awesome Street Fighter line, and then, you know, Figuarts brought their stuff back. Storm Collectibles all of a sudden made a new 112 line. We're seeing third-party companies do it. Amazing Yamaguchi's getting it. It's 1/6 figures are even in the mix. So I think the same thing might happen here. You know, I think this line is going to do really well because the excitement around it's awesome. You know, and then it just goes to show you how good like Jada is. You know, they're putting out random Scooby-Doo line, and it's probably the hottest pre-order of the week from what I heard. You know, online and stuff. And it's got an endless amount of characters they can do, because obviously you get the fucking Shaggy and the crew. We haven't even seen Scooby yet, other than at SDCC. Pre-order didn't go live for him yet, but he is coming, you know, obviously. But endless amount of characters they can get into, because obviously all the monsters in that series. You get the Creeper. It's a lot of original tooling that's got to go into this line, but just knowing the excitement that these guys always generate, I think it's going to do good. It's just a fun line, you know, and I feel like not only is it a good action figure, they're putting everything you really need into the release. Because the one thing that I did know they were gonna have was like this little accessory, this little mask off accessory. Like, it's just so cool. And then obviously you had the culprit or whatever, you know, unmasked. It's like a fucking pedo and shit getting caught. And so that's a cool accessory. Obviously, it's gonna be in all the releases, and they got to get creative with that, because not every monster had like a mask. So that's a lot of tooling, man, for everything, you know, that it kind of caught my attention when I was just looking through the pre-order, because you look at the shape of Shaggy, it's like, man, he's like really tall, lanky and shit. And then you look at this dude, it's like hunched over. Like, how much reuse can they really get? You know, it's like hunched over. Even like the pants are like different on a lot of the characters, the hand sizes. So it's definitely gonna have a lot of reuse. And I think you could attribute that to them costing around $30. I didn't think these were going to be $25 figures when I saw them at STCC. But $35, I feel like that's a fair price. You know, it doesn't come with like overly amount of accessories, but like I just said, it comes with everything you really need for them. Because along with that, we also get the mummy figure. And yeah, just like I just pointed out, man, not a lot of reuse going in here, but endless amount of fun, dude. Where even if you don't buy a lot of these Jada toys, because, you know, it isn't too expensive, but it is more than, you know, your average $20 figure. I know NECA, they do like those toony terrorist stuff. You can get creative in photography with that. You got Shaggy running fucking away from a Michael Myers cartoon looking, you know, little. They're not like statues. They have like some articulation in the arms and stuff, but I've seen people will kind of use that, like the Scream one, and they have like this cool like cartoony flair to it. I've always seen those like at Target, but I've never really like bought too many of them. I remember for one time I wanted to get like all the classic monsters and stuff, like Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy. But I was just like, it's just some stupid unnecessary thing to buy, you know. But I think you could pull it off with that. Like you get a couple of scenes with like Shaggy and Scooby running away and shit with like a Scream or like a Michael Myers behind them. Like that's gonna look really sick, you know. So like I said, it's endless amount of fun that you can have with these figures, and it's just a line that it wasn't on any other company's radar to make, or otherwise they would have fucking made it. So I'm happy to see these guys continue to win and shit. And yeah, I'm gonna be going in for this line, man. Even if I don't go in for all the monsters, I probably will go in for some of the more iconic ones, like this motherfucker right here. I've always seen this dude all the time, like when it comes to like Scooby-Doo, like background villains and stuff, or like just main villains and shit over the years. I feel like this is one that it's definitely stood out. And then this mummy kind of looks like more of a generic cartoon mummy, but equally fun, you know, especially if it's in the first wave. I think people are gonna pre-order it just for that alone. You know, they want to get their hands on this stuff. So this shit is pretty dope. The mummy alone is worth it. Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, you can have fun with this shit, even if you just get the mummy, you know. Where I was just kind of leaning on maybe not getting it, but yeah, you're right about it, man. It's definitely a fun one. Ghost of Mars. Yeah, that's a fucking movie. Yeah, it was fucking ass. I'm gonna be on Scooby Snacks if I buy that dragon. Yeah, exactly. I want to see when they release Scrappy Doo. I think it was John Carpenter's last movie. Oh, was it? Yeah, Ghost of Mars. There you go. Barbarism that Rick was talking about. I plan on getting this entire Jada Scooby-Doo series full show. Hey, yo, man, that's gonna be dope. Cause yeah, this is this is awesome. And I'm thinking of it's awesome because of the possibilities to it. Just seeing more like Hanna-Barbera stuff. Like I know McFarlane, they used to do like these like statues and stuff, and they were cool. I remember seeing like what's that fucking name? Yogi Bear and shit. Yeah, like a Yogi Bear one. Like man, just figures of that stuff would be cool. Like if these guys do like a Flintstones line, like man, Barney Rubble, like I want that motherfucker, dude. The Cocoa Pebbles and shit. Like man, how fucking sick would that be, bro? So yeah, I'm excited just for them to like get a lot of pre-orders go their way, man, because they're gonna continue to get better licenses, make more cool shit. You know, these guys ain't gonna skimp out, man. I can't wait for these figures. Shout out to Will. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a lot of excitement just from the SDCC carryover too. You know, we saw these in the booth, and then when the pre-order launched this week, man, there was all kinds of people waiting for this shit to go live. I wish they were more articulated, but this is decent for me. Yeah, I mean, can't really ask for too much more. It got really good articulation already, and you know, you got the pinless joints and stuff. So, man, Jada is just continuing to impress, man. They're not skipping out. You know, I'm definitely getting the Shaggy from my stoner corner and the mummy. Yeah, the Shaggy with the stoner action and shit. We need that grape ape. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit, man. They can make. So hopefully these do well for them. And then, like I said, we can see more stuff coming out. I'm excited to see now more than ever like their SDCC booths and stuff, because they're usually kind of just that's where they debut the stuff. It's just in the booth, and then get to see it and wait for it, as opposed to Hasbro always doing like pulse streams and stuff, and then the pre-orders go live. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about here today too, some rehash stuff from Toy Fair. And then yeah, they're already killing it with the photography too, selling the fuck out of these things. They look awesome. Ain't no way I'm passing on the Scooby-Doo line. Yeah, exactly. This is a definitive pre-order, and like I said, you can maybe pass on one or two monsters and stuff, but the cast, Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Velma, and all that, they're gonna look so awesome just on the shelf, just them alone, And then shit, man, I know they do diecast cars. What if they do a 112 mystery machine? Like that'd be awesome, dude. So you gotta wait and see. And then jumping over to Mondo, it looks like they're teasing a Creature from the Black Lagoon 1/6 figure. So gotta wait to see when this goes live. And I saw some chatter around online on X about people wondering if this was gonna be like a vinyl or something, or like a reissue if they've done this one in the past. And one of the sculptors attacked Peter. He kind of said, no, this is gonna be fully new figure. So he said it's going to be the best Creature of the Black Lagoon figure out there, whether it's 112 or 1/6. So I know the NECA one that's out there right now is pretty awesome, but for 1/6 collectors, I think this would look cool, especially if they continue to do more of these Universal monsters. Like that would definitely be a cool display. So wait for this one. And then, like I just mentioned, NECA Kings of Horror. Looks like they got their Ultimate Metaluna Mutant going up for pre-order this week. And man, this thing is a little bit more than a standard Ultimate figure. I think you could attribute that to the size of this motherfucker. I think he's like closer to 8-9 inches, so very tall piece. And this fucking thing is ugly, man. Like, this is an old ass movie, and just like the costume designers, I'm sure whoever was in this shit was sweating the storm, bro. Like, god damn, that shit must be hot as fuck. Like, good lord, look at this shit. But very cool looking monster. Like, just as far as like just the goofiness, it just looks very, very retro, old style, but doesn't come with a lot. When I look at the accessory spread, I'm like, holy fuck, $50 for this? Like, man, I think it's gonna be for the hardcore horror fans. But other than that, you could get some fun with this shit because it just looks so goofy and shit, something very weird. It's like what these people imagine fucking aliens to look like. It's like fucking brains sticking out of their head. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one. And like I said, this is NECA's bread and butter. Whenever they do this horror shit, they're killing it, man. And it doesn't stop there. Ben Cooper Series 7 also went up for pre-order this week. So you take a look at more of these little kids and their costumes and shit. And man, I honestly didn't think this line was going to continue to go this far. I know, like, recently they had like an article on, what is it, Toy Collector magazine, where after all the Ben Cooper kind of costumes ran out, they were gonna have to do this like what if series. So, what if Ben Cooper had a Jaws costume? What if Ben Cooper had a fucking Planet of the Apes costume? Stuff like that, And I don't know, you can still get creative with them. And I continue to see people buy these, man. They're actually really cool looking. I haven't gone to the Target myself, but if I spot that Superman or that Batman and shit, I think I'll cop those. Or the Joker. I know the Joker's out there too. He looks really cool. So cool looking pieces, just for, little, especially around the time of Halloween, cool little decorations if you want to kind of decorate your house around with stuff. Like that's always fun to do, especially for like different holidays like Christmas or trick or treat. I mean, Halloween. Yeah, it gets fun to kind of bring these toys out, dust them off the shelf if you're not really playing with them too much. So it's cool that they're continuing to pump them out. And then along with this wave, there is going to be a couple that go on Walmart Collector Con coming up next week. I think it goes live on the 13th or the 14th. So we get this fucking Thanksgiving monster costume looking kid. I haven't seen that movie myself. Is that shit good? Thanksgiving. And then we got the trick or treat fucking little pumpkin head motherfucker. And I haven't seen that one either, but I've seen a number of toys to that shit where I'm like, man, I gotta brush up on my fucking horror flicks, man. I'm fucking falling behind. I haven't watched too many of these newer ones. The one I want to see is the Terrifier, though. I've heard that shit's fucking good. It's really fucking gory and shit. So these are going to be going up on a Walmart Collector Con and shit, man. I think if you're a completionist, you might have to go in for these, man, at Walmart. And I think it's going to be a bloodbath during that Collector Con, because along with this, we are going to see some TMNT figures. So we get fucking Ace Duck with that huge pecker. We got that Ace Duck with the huge pecker, and then we got Choke coming from the Mirage line. So easily passes for me. The Ace Duck with the huge, hey yo, he's part of the Archie Comics Stump Wrestling Turtle line, and the Choke, he's part of that Mirage line where, I don't know, character itself looks kind of interesting, but I've never really heard of him or anything like that, so I don't think it's a necessary piece that I need in my collection. But it's going to be more going towards Walmart. And like I just said, along with those Ben Cooper figures, you got these two. I believe Mattel is going to drop a number of WWE figures on that day also. That Stone Cold Steve Austin I was talking about last week. Shout out to Ace Duck with the chair to the back. That Stone Cold's going live, and that translucent John Cena. I got to get that shit. I got to get both of those, man. So hopefully people go in for this stuff while I can get the shit I want. That's usually how I like it to happen. People can get distracted by this other stuff. That's why I'm trying to sell these Ben Cooper figures. Come on, guys. You guys know you guys want these. And then the Turtle guys going for this stuff while I can slide in for the wrestling figs. And yeah, along with that, I think Hasbro's got some stuff that I don't think they've announced yet. But jumping back over to the NECA TMNT stuff, we move into the Dracula Shredder. And like I said, we're rehashing a couple of the things that we saw last week at a Toy Fair, and get better images of them, man. And like I said last week, man, this shit actually stood out to me as far as one of these like crossover figures with TMNT. just like the design on him just looks so awesome. I remember there was like a rumor going around that he was going to be Dracula. So to kind of see it, I was like, man, this shit looks fucking sick, bro. Like, just toy aside, not really attached to like TMNT. It just looks like a fucking crazy samurai type of warrior, you know. Obviously got that vampire aesthetic and stuff going on. And then the unmasked helmet or head sculpt, I mean, looks pretty gnarly. Like, that shit just looks like a gnarly ass looking Shredder. You know, obviously he's got that Dracula vibe to him. And then that Splinter Van Helsing, I believe that's like a 2-year-old figure. I don't know if it's getting a reissue, but they did put that up on their Instagram. I don't know if it was just to kind of show off that, yo, this thing is out there if you want to get like some photography, especially for the normies and the people that don't really keep up too much with this hobby. It's like they see this shit and they just think it's like some random fucking thing, you know? It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, Dracula Shredder, where did that come out? You know, and then obviously you start to see the other stuff. It's like, oh, okay, it's just a separate line. Because yeah, even when I talk to like people about this stuff, they look at this shit and they're just like, where the fuck is this from? You know, like, where's this from? And it's just like, it's just fucking toys. You know, it's just how toys are. Got to get creative with stuff. Future Rick. All I see is this peg worm. He's talking about those Ben Cooper figures, man. Give me the DC ones, man. I want to get that little Joker one. That one looks sick. Thor is in the house. Is 1955 that movie came out. The Metaluna Mutant. Yeah, that shit's fucking old, man. I've never seen it myself, but I've heard of that shit, you know. I got that belly bomb on order. Shout out to my man Hard Fast. Yeah, he was asking about that shit last week. Damn. Did you get the flesh colored one? Was Darth asking? 112. Oh, Racing. I just checked Ramen's website. There's a Mystery Machine on pre-order. Oh yeah, it's that like collab one, you know, that he's doing. It says Misery Machine with a different graphic, same colors though. Yeah, it's that it's like a collab with I don't know, I forgot the name of the artist or whatever. Ben Cooper toys sell out on the NECA website, right? Better than Gargoyles. I know that those first couple of waves sold out. I think those are like the more OG costumes and stuff, but yeah, like those first 2 waves, they were selling out fucking fast. So I don't know, maybe the line kind of already got stagnant though, because like I said, you're getting into these like what if joints. Like, is that a Wookiee? What the fuck is that? I can't even tell what the fuck that is. Like, is that shit like a Wookiee with the melted face? I don't know. And then like a Godzilla one. Is that Godzilla? I don't fucking know. And I said Planet of the Apes. I don't even fucking know if it is that, but it looks like that to me. The only one I could tell is the Jaws, you know. That was just plain. They shouldn't have had the fucking t-shirt with the poster though. That looks stupid. It's like, I got the fucking mask on already. Ramen van comes with the Ben Cooper toys. Hey yo, man, I'm still waiting on my fucking ramen van. Shit, I want to know what it comes with. I wouldn't know what it comes with because I'm still waiting. But we're moving to the NECA stuff, moving to more turtles, man. We got the Super Turtle also going up for pre-order this week. And man, this shit was something that I thought I was gonna pre-order. Once I saw the price though, I said, nope, pump the fucking brakes. I don't want to pay no 40-50 bucks for this. Super niche, but I think it looks cool. You know, it's just more turtle action, bro. Like, who doesn't like turtles, man? This many turtles, I think I can understand why you wouldn't like them, because it is an overly done fucking IP, you know. This being part of the Mirage line, I guess it's a little bit more cool, but man, I don't know. I looked at these accessories, like these little, I don't even know what the fuck they are. To me, they look like Slurpees or some shit with like limbs. They look fucking stupid. If they jacked up the price on this thing unnecessarily for adding these 2 little things in there, fuck them. You know, because like I said, I wanted to get this thing just to put in my turtle shelf. You know, it's like, cool, it's a Super Turtle, but when I saw the price, I was like, fuck that. And it's because these 2 fucking things, like, I don't know what they are. Like, they look like fucking sodas or like teeth or some shit. I don't fucking know, you know. It's pinless now, yeah. Ever since the stump wrestling joints, man, they've got like these newer bodies on them. So yeah, shit, they move good too. Like I said about those stump wrestling, those shits look like they're gonna end up on clearance. I got the set. I should have waited, but I remember when I first got them, I was like, man, these feel different than the other turtles that I got, and I was like, damn, I didn't really pay too close attention to them until I saw somebody point it out, like, oh yeah, this is like all new kind of body and shit that they got. At least the arms and legs, and I think some of like the joints that they have. So You know, a lot of people are kind of buying like more of these blank ones that are gonna come out soon, like the Old Man Raph or like that Donatello and Leo and shit. They're gonna all be on this like more updated body, and I think people are just gonna buy, you know, packs of 4 or whatever, or 4 separate, you know, to customize and stuff. This would have been just one off. Like I said, I would have been happy to buy had it not been so expensive, unnecessarily expensive, just like that fucking dragon. So be on the lookout for this. Continue to pump out this Mirage line, and yeah, I'm actually gonna be on the lookout for that fucking Old Man Raph, and then that Wanderer Leo. So those are right here on the back of the box, and then it looks like April right here in the middle. So it looks like those might be the next figures that get shown off. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. And then keeping it with Super, baby, we get into the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, or I mean DC Direct of Fidgetals, man. We get the Silver Age Superman. And yeah, this was probably one of the hotter reveals from McFarlane this past weekend. But man, now I gotta say, looking at the picture of it, the head sculpt looking kind of soft right here, man. I thought it looked better in person when they were taking pictures of it, but overall, it is a nice looking Superman. Obviously, this is gonna come with a fucking digital collectible. So for you NFT collectors, get your fucking fix. Collect the Silver Age Superman. Like I said last week, man, it's a line that's gonna come to an end. Probably sometime next year. But man, I'm gonna go down with the ship. I'll probably order this Superman. According to a lot of people, it's the best one that he's released. I think so. I actually just recently bought that Walmart exclusive one that was on that Superman 1000 body, just because the S was a little bit smaller. It was like painted on. It has a soft goods cape. It's literally the same Superman. I rebought it. I don't care. Now it's got soft goods cape. So this one with the lighter blue, yeah, I'm getting this shit, bro. So hopefully this is the last McFarlane Superman I ever buy, because yeah, it's probably his best one, man. You know, with all the flaws that it might have, it's probably the best one. All of the NECA stuff has been slowly creeping in prices, and no one's talking about it yet. You know what? You're right, dude. Because I think, what did I say not too long ago? I think I was talking about. I said I was like, it was a NECA, but I can't remember which one. And I said, oh, it's going to be probably around that $30, $35 price point. Then when I saw it, it was like $50. And I was like, shit, what the fuck? I forgot what release it was, but you're right about that. I've actually noticed that too. Because, yeah, when I saw the price of this shit, I was like, man, I ain't paying no $50 for this. What the fuck? Fuck that shit, man. So I don't know. Maybe people are getting turtled out. Maybe it's just too much, you know. McFarlane said he has a DC line for about a year and a half, so expect all the Batman toys a company can make. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that right now. I think all the NFT collectors are gone. Yeah, man, at least their money is. Don't worry, you will always have the digital collections. Yeah, exactly. Because along with the Superman, we get a Silver Age Dr. Fate, and man, bro, when I saw this, I was like, dude, McFarlane is going out with a fucking bang, bro. A fucking bang. Where I was like, I was stupid enough to actually think that I wasn't gonna buy any more DC Multiverse. Fuck that, man. We going out strong, baby. Because I'm getting this Superman. I'm getting this Dr. Fate. I always kick myself for not getting that Mesco joint. I thought that thing looked awesome. Shit ended up selling out, and I was like, man, I ended up looking at it on eBay. No fucking way, and no fucking how am I getting that. They're not making them available again. Shout to Weat. Man, I actually missed him. He's probably talking about the Vancouver joints. Yeah, I don't think they're making those again. But I think I heard Blainer things talking to Pixel Dan about them reissuing those slightly with a paint job. Like maybe it's like glow in the dark or something. So I don't know if you're referring to that Weat. Or is it Wyatt? I don't know. That Dr. Fate looks great. Yeah, exactly. It looks awesome. For somebody that doesn't have the Mesco like myself, I'm getting that shit. Mr. Ortega, I'm getting that doctor. Oh, you fucking know it. Future Rick. Omar burning money would be an easier way to get rid of it. Oh man. Hey, I'm saving $1,100. I'm passing on that dragon, so gotta spend it on something. What better way than some DC Multiverse? Because along with that, it doesn't stop. McFarlane was on the tear this week, man. DC Direct, McFarlane Toys Digital, Silver Age Two-Face, and man, the long-awaited Two-Face from McFarlane Toys. Like, god damn, we've gotten like fucking 30 Jokers, got I think we only got one Penguin. I know he's did a couple of the movie versions and the video game version. Man, everybody was waiting for a fucking Two-Face. Finally, this week he revealed this, and I gotta say, it looks fucking awesome. I'm excited to get this, but he isn't stopping there, because along with that, we get into the 1 millionth Batman, or is it Batman 1 million? Either way, it's another fucking Batman. Where, all right, Todd, you got me with these first three. I think I'm good there. I think the one thing that I'm definitely not gonna buy this year is gonna be more DC Multiverse Batman. Like, I'm good. I was like, man, last year I really was a little bit disappointed in myself how many I bought. I was like, man, but they're good. They were like some of the better Batmans that he's put out, you know. I think I could have been good without him. This right here is definitely overkill. I just found it funny that it's called Batman 1 million, and it's probably McFarlane Toys' 1 millionth Batman, so kind of coincides and stuff. And then also along with that, we get the Justice Lord's Batman going the Target for an exclusive. It's gonna be gold label. And like I just said, man, yeah, I think that's the one thing I'm definitely not gonna get this year. He can put all the soft goods capes he wants on him. I'll continue to give him credit for that. Like, he's not gonna go out cheap out on these next few waves of stuff, you know. And I hope other companies adapt this, man, or adopt this. Is soft goods capes, man. Look, you look at the Superman, Dr. Fate, some of it becomes standard, you know. I don't see these Batman selling that well, so these are probably gonna clearance out. To throw soft goods wired capes on these, like, that's awesome, man. And that's one thing that I'll always give credit to Todd for, man, is once he saw that he can do this and how much better it makes a release, like, he kept doing it. He didn't stop, you know. And that's one thing that we're not going to get from Mattel. We're not going to get that from Mattel. We're probably never going to get it from Hasbro, even if it's a maximum price tag. This was just standard. And he got us accustomed to it. And the gimmick kind of wore off. You know, when we first saw him, people were like, oh shit, soft goods. It was like a little tissue. He ended up putting wires in it, thicker material. People were just getting like accustomed to it. They weren't even like taking note of it, man. And like I said, even to the very end, it's going to continue to impress me, because it's something that I don't think we're going to see ever. Never again. I don't think so. Not from a domestic company. Not like this. At mass retail, no fucking way. Because like I just said, these are probably going to clearance out. You know, that's a waste. That's a waste of money for a company to kind of, you know, get this together. Just a generic Batman and shit. So shout out to the Todd Father. He's going to go out with the bang. And some of these figures are already starting to show up overseas. So we get to look at the Chase versions of the Dr. Fate and the Two-Face. And right before the show, I actually saw shout out to OG Trilogy on Instagram. He actually took a picture of this Chase Two-Face, where it kind of has a more Batman the Animated Series look to it. And man, I got to say, if I can get that one, that's the one I want. Like, I like that look, but that Silver Age, that classic comic book look, also looks dope. And I don't want the Chase version of Dr. Fate. I want like those bright fucking colors, those neon colors. It just looks a lot better to me. But the silver or the platinum Chase one doesn't look that bad either. It's got like more of a gold trim to it and stuff. So it looks cool, but I want those bright colors, you know. So either way, I'll be happy with the Two-Face, but I definitely want that standard Dr. Fate, and I hope I'm able to get that one. Usually the Chase version should be the more sought after ones, but not in this case, you know. And then yeah, like I said, more of this stuff's continuing to pop up overseas. These down here on the bottom are like red platinum Chases. And then that one in the middle, the Batman in the orange suit, and then the Batman in the purple suit. There's like this famous comic cover, Silver Age comic, where it's got like Batman and he's got like all these like different colored costumes and stuff. And according to, I forget the name of the guy, but he was at the booth at McFarlane kind of interviewing with Pixel Dan. He said, yeah, they're going to make all of those Batman. They're going to have like the blue one, the orange one, the yellow one, the purple one. That would be a cool display to just display them all out there like that. And this was like trying them on and shit. Like, that's cool, you know? So for somebody that's like a hardcore Batman fan like that, like, that's going to be a cool thing to kind of try to track down. Them being red platinum Chases though, fuck. Like, man, you're making it really difficult to do that, because the platinum Chases are difficult enough. When they have like these like extra like color differences into that, I think they're like one per case, and it's like in just a case of random figure, like random wave. It's not like that particular Silver Age wave. It's not like in every fucking case of Silver Age Batman, there's going to be this orange suit. It's going to be probably within this wave right here that they're taking a picture of. So that's going to be very hard to collect if they do start to sprinkle out the rest of these colors. But like I just said, in the total display, if you do get them all, that'll look really cool. Because other than that, just an orange suit Batman, it just looks super goofy. But if you have them all together, it'll definitely give that rainbow vibe to it, and it looks awesome. One thing I will give McFarlane, he approaches it as a comic fan. We will never get this deep dives from Mattel. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get some of the standard stuff, but if people think for 1 second that Mattel isn't gonna pump out Batman after Batman, man, I don't know, guys. I don't think they're gonna pump it out the same way this guy did. But to think that they're only gonna do like 2 Batman a year, yeah, your fucking mind. There's no way. There's just no way they do that. They're gonna do the same type of shit that every other company has done prior to them. Like, you're gonna get a lot of Batman, whether you like it or not. Because I always think that about DC and like Marvel. Like, DC is cool, but man, like Marvel is just so much deeper as far as like different types of rosters, different types of teams. Like DC is like, man, you gotta be a really like comic book nerd to really know like some of these like deeper like heroes and villains and stuff. Like I said, I've had a hard time sometimes just thinking of like a good rogues gallery for the Flash, obviously like Green Lantern. Like, you could think of a couple, but you can't think of that many. The same thing goes for like I don't know, like Wonder Woman, like rogues gallery. You could think of like a few, but it's not that deep. You got to be really, really into the lore of like DC Comics, where I feel like Marvel is just more common knowledge. You get your Spidey villains, your X-Men villains, like obviously the Avengers villains and stuff, some of the like higher ranked fucking bad guys. But DC's got like very, very, very deep lore sometimes, at least to me. Where Batman, yeah, that's why they pump it out so much, because he's got like the deepest lore to it, but it's also the most popular and stuff. I'm excited to see what happens, though. I'm excited to see what Mattel brings and stuff. But it is a good way to go out for McFarlane. Seeing this, I'm actually happy to see this come to an end like this. If he's gonna dive into the Silver Age stuff and pump that stuff out, give people their fix before he's out, that's cool, man. I'm down for it. So be on the lookout for this stuff. And then more of these like page punchers waves are also popping up overseas. So that Supergirl is looking nice. And then I saw a lot of excitement around that Kingdom Come Superman. I'm not gonna pick that one up, but it is a cool looking one. And then you got Damage and stuff. And then also McFarlane. One thing that's not gonna go away from McFarlane Toys is this goddamn Spawn line. We got the Deviant from Rat City, and man, I haven't picked up this comic run or anything like that, but action figure wise, I think I'm good on this, man. It just looks like he's got a lot going on. Where it's like, man, I don't know, man. If Todd really like planted this flag and decided to want to make like good action figures, I think he could. I think he could pull it off. But man, it's just like this shit right here just looks too fucked up. It doesn't even look like it's gonna move much, And just to see this pose right here, like they usually sell it with the photography of it, man. I don't think the photographer was able to do much with this shit, but I saw a lot of people excited when this got revealed. I believe last year also at New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, but it wasn't a lot of chatter around it outside of that. Just more like the Spawn fans, I think they were talking about it. But Ghost Tab, I think, was one of the people that mentioned it. Rat City Spawn looked better on the prototype of last year. Chest looks like a life vest. Yeah, it did look better, right? Because this looks a little bit too bulky. So I believe this goes up for pre-order next week, also at Walmart CollectorCon, but I think that's just a signed copy, and then you're going to be able to get the rest of this stuff. And then these Silver Age ones, I forgot to mention, these don't go for pre-order until April 11th, man. So I don't know if they even wanted to reveal these, but since these images are floating around online, I think McFarlane Toys was just like, all right, let's show this shit off. These fuckers already fucking killed our shit, so let's just fucking reveal them, whatever. Because for them to reveal something and it hasn't gone up for pre-order or doesn't go up for pre-order for over a month, like that's kind of lame, And then, like I said, he also is kicking off more Spawn shit. So we got Robot Spawn or some shit. I don't know where the fuck this is, but I'm passing on this, and I think I'm passing on this, man. It's just fuck is this shit, dude? Like it looks crazy and not in a good way. I'm good. It will be funny if Mattel doesn't put out a Batman for a year. Oh my fucking god. No, that would be a fuck you to McFarlane fans, but there's just no way. There's no way they keep that up their sleeve, you know. He's just a cash cow, man. He's just a fucking cash cow. Rat City Spawn is basically Spawn 2099. Oh, is it? It doesn't look as cool as Spidey 2099, so I gotta see about that. I had the first prototype version of this Mecha Spawn, which was supposed to be released 17 years ago, but never produced. Photos on my Insta. Oh shit! Shout out to Obi-Wan. Yeah, it's Mecha Spawn, right? Okay, shit. Damn, maybe I gotta do my research on this. Maybe this is more of a hotter item, but it's just right here where I can't really see much. It just looks, I don't know, just looks kind of fucked up. But I gotta check that out, and that's kind of cool knowledge to know right now. Is yeah, it was supposed to be released 17 years ago. We're gonna take a look at like a Mattel figure right now. It's not a DC figure, but yeah, it was a little bit of history behind that shit too. Kind of found out this week. So be on the lookout for these Spawn. Apparently, Obi-Wan might be picking this up. Mecha Spawn looks cool. It reminds me of Super Robot Wars. Damn, okay. There's a little bit of excitement around this. You guys better buy this shit, man. Help Todd out, bro. He's hurting. And then, like I said, a little bit of rehash last week. It was announced that he does have the Mortal Kombat line. So Mortal Kombat Classic is coming to McFarlane Toys this year. I believe this launches sometime in the summer. So we're gonna see this all new line of Mortal Kombat figures, man. All new line of figures, same old McFarlane. So get these big ass long legs, fucking huge pins. Liu Kang looking a little thick right there, thick Kang. And then the Raiden in the back. That was something that wasn't revealed last week. We weren't able to take photography, I guess, of this little booth shot, but apparently McFarlane doesn't give a fuck when it's his company, man. So he kind of put out a stream or a little video this week. Just kind of showing these figures off, and yeah, it was like no photography, but like I said, the guy just gave no fucks and stuff, so he kind of showed the stuff off. Yeah, I think I'm in for the Raiden, and like I said last week, I'll probably check out the Sub-Zero and the Scorpion. I think that might be it. I don't think I want to get too many more of this stuff, you know. I want to help the guy out, but if he's not gonna improve, then yeah, I'm sorry, Tal. You might be out on your own, man. One thing that I might be more inclined to buy though, without seeing anything in hand, is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles McFarlane Toys Page Punchers line. So did talk about this last week. Apparently in the booth there was also no photography going on, but there was people pointing out there was like a Bebop and Rocksteady. And then they were talking about the turtles. They did have them in hand right there, like prototypes. And this digital render doesn't really do justice to like the paint job that they had like really gritty paint job on them. And apparently they looked good for the people that saw them in hand. They looked really good. I still getting a lot of this info from Robo. He was kind of talking about his weekly. If you guys check it out, it looks like a cool sculpted out Leo, you know. Like I was talking about last week, I did get those best action turtles. They were like IDW. I fucking regret buying them shits, man. So if I could replace them with some good old-fashioned McFarlanes, I think I'm down. Oh, man. Damn, Omar's going to abandon Todd. I think I got to, man. I think I have to when it comes to some of this other stuff, man. But, you know, maybe I'll check out those that Mecha Spawn now that Obi-Wan kind of pointed that out. But I think I'm good on that Rat City one. But like I said, the turtle stuff, I'm intrigued by because, yo, who doesn't like fucking TMNT? And then this Mortal Kombat stuff, I don't think I'm gonna go too deep into it. It's something that whenever I see Mortal Kombat, like man, it kind of annoys me that there's no like company like Bandai or like Mayfex that did this shit. Like a Mayfex, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. Like man, people will be talking about that for fucking weeks, dude. You know. So to kind of see them go to McFarlane Toys, it's like man, you know, obviously Jada Toys was in the mix as far as like people's wants to make. But you know, it looks like they got their mindset on other lines or other IPs, and yeah, shit. It looks like Todd's still got a little bit of a in with Warner Brothers and shit. So he's got this through them, and then he's got through Paramount, fucking TMNT line, man. So along with every other toy company, now you're gonna get your fix with McFarlane, man. So I'm here for it, and it'd be cool if he releases his version of TMNT. So we got this McFarlane Raph. I'd be down for that. You know, I don't know if he could particularly do this, but yo, man, if he's got his in already with Paramount, maybe he could do whatever the fuck he wants. So got to be on the lookout for that. But I'd be all about this, maybe as a exclusive or something. And even if it's just a raft, like I'd be down for that. That shit looks awesome. So we gotta wait to see. And then March 11th, so just a couple of days from now, we get episode 3 of the McFarlane Toy Show, a little live stream going on. I've checked out the first episode. The second episode was it was a snore fest. Like they were like ranking DC Multiverse figures. I couldn't get through it, but they did have some reveals there, so I'm looking forward to what they reveal here. And then yeah, maybe if we get more information on this other stuff he's just shown off. Improve on what this is peak. My man Boncho. Oh man, damn, I missed that old Todd art. Yeah, exactly. His artwork is just fucking awesome all the time, dude. So gotta wait to see that. Yeah, like I said, gotta wait to see this little toy live stream, because according to fucking Hasbro, the toy prices might go up, man. So on one hand, you got good old fashioned McFarlane not trying to rip anybody off. And then on the other hand, you got this fucking scumbag motherfucker, Chris Cox. And man, a little article going around this week was on Yahoo and stuff. Shout out to Toy News International. He kind of was like retweeting the information about this. Yeah, it looks like Chris Cox was talking about Hasbro CEO on tariff impact on toy industry. So talking about maybe seeing prices increase within the next few months. Not even going to be years from now. It's going to be the next few weeks, because it gets impacted fairly quickly. But one thing that he was kind of talking about in, I guess, in defense of him, is how they can counter prices being raised. Just kind of bringing up a number of things, obviously qualities in plastic and all this other stuff. But one thing that's getting pointed out this week is this GI Joe Classified Series retro card back collection. And one of the main things on these old retro card backs is the fucking artwork. And like I said, these guys are always in the news when it comes to controversy. It's like you can't escape it. If there's fucking toy news out there, most likely Hasbro got to be in the headlines for something, for all the wrong reasons, man. Because we get into it, we talked about these figures last week. We get the retro card back Flint, and figure wise, I think he looks cool, man. I think he looks just more so like that vintage figure. The head sculpt, I don't know. When I saw that toy fair, I was like, not really that happy with it, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I actually kind of like it. But we get into the card art, and aside from him looking like fucking Ben Shapiro, where I saw that getting pointed out, you look at the fucking card art, and this motherfucker's got like 5 fingers, bro. So you count the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the next middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky, and it's like, bro, what the fuck is this, man? If this is a way for them to save money by not paying like artists and stuff, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't want to pay more than $25 for my GI Joe. Because yeah, this is kind of outrageous. You know, the fact that I don't think I'm necessarily that mad that they're using AI. It's like I said, guys, Pandora's box is open, man. We're not going backwards as far as technology goes. Once technology advances, it's for efficiency, and efficiency saves company money. So a company like Hasbro, it's always trying to save money, maximize profits. What do you think they're going to do? You don't think they're going to use the latest and greatest in technology or whatever the fuck is out there? Obviously, they're going to fucking do it. I don't have a problem with them doing it. More so, I have a problem with them not catching the fucking mistake. It's like, you fucking idiots. Like, you fucking dumb. How do you not catch this, dude? Like, how? Aside from the fucking art looking ugly as fuck, like I said, it looks like Ben Shapiro on GI Joe gear. It's just like, that's just, you can't not catch this shit, man. You know, because along with this, it's also getting pointed out that Super 7 is also looks like to be using AI. So we got this Wild Bill and this like retro card back little O-ring figure. So that Reaction Plus line that they got, and right here is as clear as day. Like, he's got fucking 6 fingers, dude, and it's just unnecessarily an unnecessary mistake. Like, you should be able to catch this shit, you know. Especially if you know you are using AI, it's like you should really look at that image. You shouldn't just say, "Oh yeah, that's good. Fuck it, we did it." You know, and it costs us shit. Like I think there should still be somebody that kind of oversees this stuff. And then obviously people are kind of pointing out the artwork itself. It looks very fucking like shit. Like that face, like of Wild Bill, like it's just, I don't know. People are kind of, I guess, nitpicking at it. Not really nitpicking it because it does look very soft, you know. Like just like his fucking like jaw shape and all that stuff. It just looks like cheap art. Where yeah, I can definitely see this being AI along with this too. Like this Flint compared to the old card back like artwork, they could probably just reuse that, but I think they would have to pay royalties to the artist that drew those out originally. So you know, like I said, my man right here is gonna save money. How's he gonna save money? Well, shit, we're gonna fucking see. We're gonna see, man, because some of these GI Joes might start being gummier too. You know, if he's trying to penny pinch like that, cut out the quality in fucking plastic. Obviously, you're cutting out the artist that you have to pay. Man, I don't know. It sucks, but like I just said, I can understand that. What I don't understand is them not catching the shit. You know, it's like you should catch this stuff. This is just anybody could catch it. Anybody that took a look at these card backs this week spotted it right away. You know, as soon as they saw these things, they spotted that shit right away. For somebody to be in marketing or any of these like positions in these companies, they're fucking up not catching the shit. Like seriously, that's a big miss because then you got idiots like me talking about it on a Sunday night. Just enjoy your toys, bro. Why you so negative, bro? Come on, bro. Like you know, motherfucking nerds are gonna talk about it, man. You know, it's fucking Hasbro fucking clickbait. I gotta get my fucking clickbait on, man. Come on. That gun is messed up. Yeah, even the gun too, right? Like it's just like it looks like one of those guns you draw when you're like a little kid in elementary school. This is like all straight. It's like fucking perfect rectangle. First thing I thought of that 6-finger handle. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to. Yeah, I saw a lot of people pointing that out. Hasbro saving money using the free AI generator. Yeah, shout out to my man Conan. He knows about that AI shit. Oh man, like I said though, I'm not like really against like people using AI, but you better catch the shit like this if you are using it. Like that's just it's just a fucking given. Maximum Legends Hulk 150 confirmed. Hey man, the way this guy's talking, like yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, you blame it all on the fucking tariffs and shit. You know, so I don't know, but along with that, we also got fucking pre-order for CoverGirl, and like I said last week, man, I'm excited for like these figures to have not only like their vintage looks and stuff, like obviously on the retro style, but good head sculpt on this CoverGirl, man. Where I was really nervous about it. Both the heads look great. That's the one thing that I've been really disappointed with as far as the GI Joe stuff is like, man, the head sculpts on the ladies looking shit, bro. Like they were not it, man. I wasn't happy with that fucking that Scarlet. And then that one fucking Argentinian chick that came with that dragonfly, I haven't even taken her out of the box. I actually wanted to put that on eBay, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But her head sculpt doesn't look that great. Not from what they showed off in the render, you know. I don't think it looks the worst, but from what they showed off in the render, she looked way better. And then right here, this CoverGirl, like we saw it in person. It looks better in person than right here in this picture right here. So I'm excited for this one. And then also we get a Televiper that also was kind of getting pointed out to have a little bit of AI in the hand. So shit, man, it looks like they're going to continue to do some of this stuff, but I think it's just smart for them to catch the mistakes. I don't think it's like the end of the world for them to be doing that stuff. Because like I said, they're going to do it no matter what, whether you like it or not, you know. And not only Hasbro, every company is going to start doing that stuff, man. Like at my job, they're talking about implementing like all kinds of like new programs and shit. And it's all because of AI. AI is going to outsmart any fucking human eventually, you know? So for a company to like say, no, we're not AI because we don't want to piss off people. Hey, dude, you got to do what you got to do to save money sometimes. And I can't blame the company, man, you know? Because then moving on from there, moving to the Classified series, we got the Snake Eyes and Polar Bear 2-pack. So this was actually $65. So looks like it was a pretty decent price for this. I thought it was gonna tip closer to $80. But the size of the bear isn't like the biggest. It's not actually scaled up, but you kind of look at that old Sunbow cartoon, it is relatively around that scale. So it was not the end of the world for it to be a little bit smaller. And the Snake Eyes looks fucking cool, you know. So obviously for the storyline, the mass device, they're gonna continue to pump out waves of figures. And I don't know, I haven't pre-ordered it, but it's definitely a set that I have on my radar when it comes out. Because man, who wouldn't want to fucking any animal, man? Like, fuck, I'm tired of seeing like just then come out in the GI Joe line. I hope one day a company decides to make fucking an Animal Kingdom line. It would just be so awesome. Get all these bears, like a fucking panda or a grizzly bear, a properly scaled grizzly bear, like that 4 Horsemen joint is gonna come out soon. I'm excited for that. Maybe like a properly scaled polar bear, obviously. Fucking lions and tigers and wolves and all that stuff would be awesome, bro. So for $65, not a bad one. And like I said, that Snake Eyes just looks awesome. I like how he looks, you know. Probably be another Snake Eyes on my shelf, but I'm not mad at it, man. Andy says they took notes from Marvel Legends team. Yeah, exactly. On faces. Yup, exactly. I was quite pleased with that, you know, because I think it was getting pointed out by a lot of people, man. I thought I was the only one. I was like, man, this Scarlet head sculpt looks like shit. But I saw a lot of people pointing that out. She looked like fucking Ronald McDonald with a ponytail. She comes with a good amount of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, she does. Like the fucking weapons. Then she's got like, she kind of looks like a fucking like one of those garage chicks and stuff. So that's cool, man. That's gonna be a good Kit Bash figure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see those head sculpts on a lot of figures. And then the Televiper looks cool too. He's got like something on his like goggles and stuff for you on these extra head sculpts. He's got like lettering or wording kind of going across them. I got to get an image with that close up. But going back to the classified reveals, this one was $65. And then we get Crystal Ball also coming to Walmart Collector Con. So like I said, man, looks like it's gonna be a bloodbath. It is 2 days, so I think that's how, you know, Walmart's gonna split it up. Probably be some cool stuff on day 1, some cool stuff on day 2. So hopefully everybody goes for this Crystal Ball. I myself am gonna pass, but get into the release of it, man, it looks really cool. Like it does look fucking badass. Where it wasn't really one that stood out to me too much at Toy Fair, but I saw a lot of people were really excited about it. So to kind of get the full solicitations of it, it looks awesome. Like the accessories look fucking killer, dude. Like this Cthulhu fucking like helmet or head sculpt and stuff looks sweet. That sword and shield look fucking awesome. And then yeah, like the shield itself, like is like a different like piece or something, or is this the part that glows? Because it looks kind of different. It has like sculpt to it, but equally fucking cool. And then yeah, a little bit of the backstory to him. I guess he could kind of like the technology, the Cobra tech that he's using allows him to kind of generate these like fucking constructs or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know how they explained it. It's kind of confusing, but just the photography this dude's doing with it is fucking awesome. Like just how they light up and stuff, the translucent plastic, it just looks sweet, man. So this is definitely one that I can see selling high, man. It's probably gonna be one that sells out, especially since it's an exclusive. I think this is gonna be one that a lot of people are gonna be raging about next week for sure if they miss out. Because even the head sculpt itself, shots at NYC was pointing out fucking Ra's al Ghul and stuff. Like, yeah, that can definitely work for that too. And then even with like the head sculpts and shit, looks sweet, man. So probably gonna be seeing people raging about this next week. Hopefully the people that want it can get it. And then yeah, hopefully this launches when that fucking John Cena translucent figure launches, because that's what I want to get. Everybody goes for this stuff. And then we move on to Alvin Breaker Kibby coming into the Target exclusive line. So Breaker here is going to Target, and I gotta say, man, as cool as the photography was with Crystal Ball, this one is fucking dumb. Like, you think you would be in this fucking volcano blowing bubblegum just right there waiting for a bus? Like, come on. It's like, come on, dude. I just thought this shit was goofy looking. I was like, this motherfucker is like literally blowing bubblegum and shit. It just doesn't work. It just takes me out of it, man, you know? And I don't know, man. The figure itself looks kind of boring, dude. Like, it just looks super plain, where I'm like, what the fuck is it? It just comes with this little mass device accessory. Like, that's it? Like, man. So it looks like Walmart definitely got the better end of the deal here as far as an exclusive, because I don't know about this one. This one just looks like a generic fucking GI Joe. Like, fuck. Just looks super plain, you know? Outside of that fucking bubblegum head sculpt. This motherfucker's like blowing bubblegum and shit. Like, come on, bro. Wavy says, that bear is small as fuck. Yeah, it's definitely not to scale as far as a realistic polar bear, but I don't know, it's still a decent size to it, where I'm like, I got a fucking like a Mattel Creations Hammond Collection T-Rex. It's like that shit's not in scale, but man, it's just a beautiful piece. It's like highly articulated T-Rex and shit. Where I did get one of those like gigantic ones, huge ass ones. That shit doesn't move for shit. I just have like a fucking Woody riding that motherfucker, just like it's like a one to one scale Woody. It's just like riding my dinosaur. That shit looks funny, but yeah, I don't know. As long as it moves, which that fucking polar bear does look like it moves great. I think I'm happy enough. Heel Cena is in the works for sure. Oh, you fucking know it, man. I can't wait till he wins that title. We're gonna get that figure. Jumping back to the GI Joes though, more pre-orders went live this week. So we got the Search and Rescue Firefighter, and man, this one is another awesome one. It's gonna be a little bit more priced up than the standard classified series, $35. But when you look at the spread of accessories that it comes with, like, yeah, it's justifiable and great army builders. Obviously they're gonna give you the two different head sculpts, kind of differentiate different, obviously, firemen and stuff. And then yeah, like I was saying, the spread of accessories is fucking cool, man. Where like, damn, this is a good figure being put out by Hasbro right here. Where like, damn, like they're really getting creative with stuff when it comes to this stuff. When I see this breaker, I'm like, yeah, this was just the fucking pump this out, get it to Target. Yeah, they can fuck off. Like, who cares about this shit? Looks lame. When you see this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they took all their fucking tooling money and put it into this shit. And then yeah, just like obviously the photography looking great as always, but man, I could definitely see a lot of people buying multiples of this because it's just something you don't really see, man. But people have been asking for a long time. It's just like firemen, fucking police cops, even mailmen, fucking kids on skateboards, fucking street humans, man. That's what people want. That's what people really want. And it's so crazy because it's like, we tease, Shart obviously for his failed fucking crowdfunds and Kickstarters and shit, but like the idea of a street humans line or a civilians line, it's like a lot of people would be in for it, man. But it's got to be done right. It doesn't need like a little alien side story attached to it. It's just real life firemen, real life cops, real life whatever the fuck, a fucking plumber or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's just get creative with the stuff. Like I said, you see kids on skateboards, fucking kids with bikes, like fucking grocery shopping soccer mom, whatever the fuck. Like, I think people would buy it. They could definitely world build a hell of a lot easier, so yeah, I think these two figures is good for that. And yeah, it's gonna definitely get Hasbro more money because like I just said, it's a good army builder. So people are definitely gonna buy more than one, probably more than two, And then a little bit more information on this. It looks like just over a week, March 18th. So we're gonna get that fan stream coming up, and we get to see more of these, like, I guess already revealed pieces go live around that time. So we get to see how much that fucking snake armor battle suit mech thing is gonna cost. I think a lot of people were tossing around $100. I don't think so. I think that thing's gonna be like 120, 140, dude. So you get to see more information on that. Breaker's playing with dinosaur poop. Yeah, when I saw this one, I was like, man, this shit just looks like a boring ass figure, especially yeah, he looks like playing with dinosaur shit. Oh man, especially when you see like the crystal ball, and then you see this firefighter, and then you see this guy fucking waiting for a bus, chewing gum and shit in the volcano. It's like, no, I'm good. Dino poop. That's funny, man. But yeah, we gotta wait to see just more shit from them. Looks like the stuff that's going up for pre-order is stuff we've already seen. Hopefully they have like some render reveals, name reveals, and then maybe a HasLab tease. So excited for that because it looks like this next HasLab that they got cooking up sounds to be a dope one. It's gonna be probably more of a vehicle type, not a plane and shit. Yo, Thor, man, thanks for stopping by. He says, good night, no more peace. Got the penguins and shit. Shout out to Thor. But yo, keeping it with Hasbro, moving to the Marvel Legends reveal of the week. Daredevil Born Again. And man, I gotta say, pleasantly surprised that this series has been pretty good. Saw the first 2 episodes the other day, and I was like, man, okay. All right, MCU, I see you. Coming back around to what sells and shit. It's fucking awesome, especially like those first, I think it was like 20 minutes or so. I was like, God damn, this is good. Like, surprisingly good. Where I thought, oh hell no, here we go again. Like I was like, fucking shit. So to see a Marvel Legends kind of go for pre-order around the same time, I don't know, it's kind of cool. But looking at the figure itself, I think I'm good on this one. I thought I would have been hyped for it. I never got that fucking Netflix one from fucking years ago. That shit ballooned in the aftermarket price. And I think the costume to that Netflix joint was better. It had like more like black on the costume. I don't know. To me, it just looked grittier and shit. Where I didn't get the side by side images, but this shit just looks a little bit too much like Deadpool. You know, it's like fuck. Come on, man. Like I don't know. That's the one thing that I just looking at the figure in the series though. You can't really tell too much, but the other thing getting pointed out too is just like the lack of like head sculpts. Like it's not a bad head sculpt that it has on here, but it's definitely missing like expression, like on this head sculpt, obviously. Where man, I feel like they could just like get creative with shit like this, man. Like they could just do like face plates or maybe like that lower part, like just gritting teeth or something different, like where it's just like a little faceplate accessory. I think they could have done that. Maybe it would have saved money. Maybe it would have cost them money. I don't fucking know, but something else. It just looks like it's just missing something. Where I wanted to go look at the price on this because for some reason I thought it was gonna be like $30, but now it's a standard $25 figure. Where I don't know. I'm not mad at it. It's not the worst fucking MCU figure I've ever seen. And yeah, as this series continues, maybe I'll be more inclined to going for it. But the one I really wanted them to kind of reissue was that Netflix one, kind of more updated. But I knew obviously when he was going to come out in this series, they were going to give a little bit of a costume change to him. And I'm happy that they didn't go with that fucking yellow one that he came out with in She-Hulk. I don't know. I've never really liked Daredevil's fucking yellow and red costume or whatever. That shit looks ugly to me. Like I hate that shit. So happy to see him go back to the standard red, but it's just a little bit too much red here. But I did see a lot of people excited for it, man. So they might be going in for this shit right here. They're trying to fucking tell you to go in for it. Fucking what's the chat saying? My buddy saw Daredevil Born Again. He said it's okay, but has been Disney-fied. Yeah, it's definitely got a little bit of a different, like, I kind of want to say a little bit of a different tone than the Netflix stuff, but it's not. It's definitely got like a different tone from like She-Hulk and Echo and all those like dog shit series, but it doesn't really feel too much like the Netflix one, but it doesn't feel like any of the dog shit that Disney Plus has put out like at all. And I'm here for it. I did kind of hear about like a spoiler in like I think episode 6. I won't spoil anybody in here. I'm not even sure if it's confirmed or anything, but like I heard somebody blurt it out and I was like, ah, you fucking idiots. And if it's true, it might ruin the whole thing. I won't say who it is, but man, it's like I hope fucking Disney didn't do that dumb shit. And if they do come out, I hope it doesn't ruin the whole fucking thing. But I gotta wait to see that. But so far, so good, man. I think it's well worth giving a shot to if you're on the fence about watching it. I don't think it's the worst thing that they put together because, like I said, if you go back and watch Echo, man, that thing is dog crap, like literal dog crap. Where I didn't think Kingpin was gonna be able to come back from that, and it just kind of looks like they kind of brushed that under the carpet. Like they just kind of acknowledged it a bit, and that's it. I like Daredevil, but bring me back some Jessica Jones. Hey, yo, yeah, Jessica Jones. Her series was okay. The Defenders, that series was kind of bonk, dude. Those Netflix joints were fucking good. I like that fucking Punisher season 1. That was really good, man. That was a really good series. Where I think he comes out in this series too, but I didn't kind of like mention them so far, but definitely go check out the series if you haven't caught it yet. Daredevil needs those double D's. Yeah, right. That's definitely what's missing right here in that fucking chest area, huh? It's like, come on, man. They don't got to get away from that, but I don't know. I can kind of understand them. Kind of want to keep it a little bit more grounded and stuff, but I don't know. It's already superhero, dude. It's like just lean into it. Like you don't need to hide the fact that it's a comic book character, you know? It's like just lean into it, you know. I think people can accept it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then also Hot Toys looks like they're teasing out their fucking Daredevil Born Again figure. So gotta wait to see when this goes live. But didn't they release one for the She-Hulk series? I know they teased one out. Did that ever come out? Cause like, man, that would have been like a really shit Hot Toys to get. But I remember them teasing that. I gotta go back and check that out because I remember seeing that, like that yellow and red joint. And I was like, man, who the fuck would buy this shit? That shit was so bad, dude. Like, god damn. I heard that actress was like begging to be on this show. Like she was like putting it out there that she would be down to. It's like, yeah, no shit you'd be down to. Bitch, you ain't getting no fucking work right now. Your shit's been terrible. So I don't know. Threw a dude off. The roof guy gets shot and they say it's Disney-fied. No, it's not. It's not that it's Disney-fied, but like you see, I don't know. What do I want to say? It's not like it's definitely not got that MCU vibe, like the Disney Plus vibe at least. But it doesn't have like that Netflix vibe, not yet at least. But it's not bad, you know. But hey, man, what's wrong with being Disney-fied, Andes? But like I said, it's been good so far. I'm still excited to continue to watch it, but it's definitely got a better vibe to it than fucking She-Hulk did. That's for sure. That's what I'm trying to say, at least. It's because he survived the fall of the roof. Disney-fied. Fucking Mickey Mouse came out, all right? That's why it's Disney-fied. But yo, keeping it with Hot Toys, moving to the Batman and Robin Mr. Freeze reveal this week. So man, looks like we're getting more love to this fucking Schumacher joint. This time from Hot Toys, where man, I'm thankful that McFarlane put this fucking bath out, man. I don't think Mattel's gonna get around to making shit like this for a while. They might stick to like comic book stuff where I won't be mad at. Maybe obviously the movies that are coming out from James Gunn, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing too many companies go back to these like 90s Batman flicks. So for the Hot Toys collector this time around, like, man, they get their fucking Arnold. Everyone, chill. It's like Arnold, standard Arnold voice can work for anything. Mr. Freeze, Predator, Terminator. But man, I gotta say, design-wise, looking at this shit, it's like, man, how did I think this was fucking cool as a kid? I thought this was like the coolest shit ever, bro. But it's just like looking at it now, it's like fucking holy hell, dude. What the hell were they thinking, man? It's just so bulky. We're just like fucking shit, man. Head sculpt wise, though, looking on point, man. That likeness looks pretty good. And then got the proper size to him. But just look at when it's not lit up, it just looks like shit, dude. It's like fuck, this thing looks ugly, man. Like goddamn. But every time I see anything from this, like merch or now toys, obviously, it's like it instantly takes me back to like fucking third grade. I think I was in third grade or second grade. I was having like fucking t-shirts of this shit, little lunchbox and stuff, little fucking backpack and all this shit. I thought I was the coolest kid, and I looked like such a fucking dork. Oh man. So I don't know. I'm glad, like I said, I got the McFarlane. I don't think I would get the Hot Toys of it, even if I was like a Hot Toys collector, but it's nostalgia, man. It's nostalgia. Everybody, chill. Oh man, the Bat ice skates. Yeah, it's like, man, how much shit was in these goddamn movies, you know? And this also comes with the deluxe version where I don't think I would get the deluxe here. You just get like the wings and stuff. So for that one scene where he's like flying around shooting shit, I guess it's cool, but I don't think I would display with the wings. So unnecessary $30 to add on to the price tag. I believe the deluxe is $385 and then the standard is $355. So $355, that's kind of pricey, man. It's not as pricey as a fucking dragon, but still up there, you know, for something that like I don't think it's the best version of Freeze we're ever gonna get in the movies. Like I said, I'm really excited to see what's up with this James Gunn universe, man. Let's see what kind of vibe he puts out there in his movies. You know, it might be fucking Disney-fied and shit. But man, one last time, take a look at this shit because I think it might be the last time we see toy companies make shit like this. You know, like maybe Beast Kingdom comes around to making it, but like I said, I don't see Mattel nowhere near making this shit anytime soon. So I'm gotta wait to see what they come out with, but for the Hot Toys collectors, they got it. And like I just said, Mattel DC announcement last week. Did they have anything at the revealed event this week, man? Because we were kind of talking about this last week. Obviously, big news that came out, and people are already kind of floating around ideas of what they want in their DC line. And this image was kind of floating around this week. Forgot to get it last week, but this David Vonner concept to a Batman figure. And as you can see here, it's definitely got that fucking Marvel Legends like aesthetic to it. And I think people would be quite happy with this, honestly. Take out the cape aside. I don't think they're gonna do soft goods capes or anything like that, like McFarlane. But I think like a standard DC line like this, obviously with better articulation now, like this ab crunch looks kind of outdated now from what we could have. But if Mattel was to come out with something like this, I think a lot of people will be quite happy. Um, we gotta wait to see what exactly they come out with. But like I said, you look at the standard like head sculpts, the two different head sculpts, the unmasked, with the cowl over around his neck. Like that's cool. I like that accessory a lot with like Wolverine and stuff. And then yeah, you get the batarangs and all that shit. I think this would be a standard Batman figure that would sell really well from Mattel, but I honestly don't think this is what they're gonna come out with, man. I honestly have a feeling that they might come out with the 7-inch line. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm like looking at all of their lines and stuff, and I'm like, why the hell would they come out with 6-inch? Unless it's to fit with the Hasbro stuff. Like I said, it would be smart for them, but I don't know. I don't fucking know. I hope at STCC this year we get to see what exactly they come out with, but this wouldn't be a bad start to it. So these David Vonner concept figures, like they would be fucking cool, man. Tonight's forecast: a freeze is coming. Fucking Will's having a blast with this shit. I gotta go back and watch that movie now. Shame it doesn't come with the cigar. Yeah, cool party. Man, you guys sound like you're going in for this shit. Hold up. Oh man, I think it would be a cool figure to get, but yeah, and definitely not Hot Toys money. I'm cool with my McFarlane. McFarlane was interviewed. He has 18 months left. He did sound like he was a sucker punch on the announcement. Yeah, I think he kind of was. I think it kind of took him by surprise. I think he kind of put together like a good offering to Mattel as far as like another contract, but I don't think Mattel wanted to go his route anymore. I think they do want to do something like this, but I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that it's not going to be that. I have a feeling they're going to lean to 7-inch. Because Mattel Creations actually had a little live stream this week. We got Mattel Creations revealed, and like I said, no information on the DC stuff. Hopefully, we get some of that stuff at SDCC. But let's see what they actually came with, man. Because I watched this live stream, and aside from the host Trisha, man, I don't know. It wasn't that much to see. Get right into it. Mattel Masters of the Universe movie Blade. So one of the characters from that movie. And sorry about the fucking image quality. This is like the only image I could get of this. Where this is, like I said, this is what annoys the fuck out of me when it comes to like these companies. They do these live streams, and then if the product isn't going in for pre-order, this is like the only kind of image you can get. Where it's like, what the fuck, dude? You want people to talk about this stuff or not? Like only the people that watch the live stream get to see this shit. It's like, nah, because even during the live stream, you couldn't get any close-up images. So for people that are continuing to collect this Master Universe movie line, here's another one for it. I think I'm good on this. They've been doing like 1 or 2 figures like every few months. And I think the last one that came out was at fucking Evil Lynn. And man, it doesn't look like they do too many figures of this particular line. It looks like they have a very limited amount because they all sell out. I know the Dolph Lundgren He-Man sold out. The Skeletor sold out. I think the Evil Lynn, the Beastman. So I can see this one selling out too. It's a lot of excitement around it. I think people are just kind of waiting for like more of these like quirky type characters from the shit. So yeah, that was that. And then the one thing that they did have ready to go for pre-order was this fucking Motu Origins Hero. I need a hero. And shit, man, this is one thing that, like I said previously, I hate exclusives going to Mattel Creations because you got to pay the fucking shipping. Not only did you have to pay shipping for this, but you also have to pay for a membership to Club Grayskull, which was $10. And I didn't even bring this up last week or 2 weeks ago when it came up. It's like a little membership that they're like charging people $10 for, but you get access to exclusive figures, reveals before anybody else type of shit. And honestly, just wanted free fucking shipping. It's like I said, I'm tired of paying shipping on all these cool exclusives that they have go to their site. It's like if you just charge me $50 for the year, then everything that comes out that year I can get free shipping on, I would have paid the $50. I wanted this goddamn hero. The only way to get it It's to pay for Club Grayskull. Did I pay for it? Yes, I fucking did, like a fucking idiot. Did I wish I get free shipping? Yeah, I did. So this shit ended up costing me just over like $30. But man, the one cool thing about this character, and like I said, I've kind of decided to just only collect the exact retros of the original Origins figures, or the original Masters of the Universe figures in Origins. This is a character that never got to come out. I think in 1987 they were gonna come out with a spin-off line called the Powers of Grayskull, and this was gonna be the main protagonist in it. His name obviously is Hero, the most powerful wizard in the universe. So 1987 they had this line ready to go, but apparently around that time the sales to Masters of the Universe were already fucking tanking. They were fucking like, they plummeted, and it was like a crazy tank job too, because they were like pretty high, and then just out of nowhere they just stopped selling. Like they just stopped selling. So Mattel had to pump the brakes on this line. They never put the shit out. The design of this character was originally called Grayskull. I think he was like Lord Grayskull was his name. You get some of the original artwork to him. So look how grungy he looked originally. They were kind of tweaking the image around. Finally came around, kind of redefined him a little bit, defined his like hairstyle and everything. Ended up changing his name. Like I said, his original name was Lord Grayskull. They ended up changing his name to Hero, and this was the final drawn out image of him. They had the figure, they had the line ready to go. 1987 comes around. The catalog to Mattel is getting shown off. This is the figure that's going to be the mainline figure. Never got released, never got produced. So it's just a figure that a lot of people kind of know the lore to it. But this is a line that never came out. Around that time, this was going to be the main protagonist. I think they only released 5 figures that entire line, and it's 3 dinosaurs and then these 2 giants. So now fucking Origins coming around, finally putting out this 5.5-inch figure. I got to get it. Just kind of knowing a little bit of the history behind it. I know Hero. I've heard of like a little bit of his lore and shit before. And then also, like I said, now that Mattel is doing this Origins line, it kind of gives me an opportunity to go back and learn about some of the history of it. And I enjoy that stuff. I like that shit, especially when it comes to like toys and shit, but just history in general, man. I always like learning about shit, you know? So yeah, knowing that this is like the first time they're going to do it, like in this type of scale. I believe they released him in the Motu Classics line before. That was the first time that he was ever released in 2009. And I think Super 7 had released like a reaction type figure of him, but not a lot of stuff outside of that. Obviously, Masterverse, they did one in their Revelations line, I think. But yeah, now more of a classic 5.5-inch figure. I had to go in for it. But like I said, you did need to pay for this fucking membership, man. And they got my dumb ass Club Grayskull, baby. So $10 allowed me access to it. And the reason I got it was because I feel like they're going to continue to pump out more of these Powers of Grayskull line, obviously. And then, yeah, you know, me having this fucking Eternia playset, I kind of want to get as much around that display one day as possible. I kind of just have mine now just on like one shelf, but I want to get like a cool display because I want to kind of put the Castle Grayskull next to it and the Snake Mountain next to it, and then I want to kind of just put all my Origins figures around it. And yeah, these like 3 dinosaurs, this not this fucking long neck one, but the T-Rex, the Bionatops on the bottom left, and then this Turbodactyl were the 3 that released, along with these 2 giants. So this was Megator and Titus, I think. So these are the only 5 figures that were released in this Powers of Grayskull line. And yeah, the main protagonist never came out until now, baby. So, you know, I had it going for it. And apparently it's already shipping out. So you get a little vac metal on that fucking armor, gold armor. I don't know. I'm in for it just because, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just kind of a little historical piece and shit. Like I said, if it's the first time it's being produced in the Origins line, or in that scale, then yeah, might as well be worth the purchase. Shit, why not? Omar going to show off the Hot Wheels now. Yeah, exactly, man. No, there wasn't a lot going on during that Mattel revealed event. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed in it, but compared to last year, I guess it was just a lot of the same. You know, they obviously have a big Barbie presence. They had like a whole little panel of that. I actually watched some of it for a while because kind of dragged over into the Mattel shit. Like the Mattel shit said it started at 10. I started watching at 10. It was just Barbies. I was like, what the fuck, man? So I got to learn a little bit too much about Barbie. But outside of that, it was just kind of me waiting for the Motu stuff. And this was pretty much it. Just that movie figure, the Hero. And then yeah, getting charged for this fucking Club Grade School fucking membership. I didn't think I would be in for, but yeah, I guess they got me, man. Just the ability to get some of these exclusives. I don't think they're gonna be like limited pieces. I think after like a certain window, you're gonna be able to get them even without the membership. But I don't know, for the initial release, they got me. So in for it for the whole year. And then I'm excited to see what more of these like Powers of Grayskull figures come out. They might get me for more of these, including those dinosaurs and maybe these fucking giants, man. Because I know the vintage ones. This dude right here on the right, fucking Titus, he looks like a fucking Barbie because he's got like fucking rooted hair and shit. So it definitely has that Barbie vibe to it. So I gotta wait to see if I do go in for something like that. It might just not come out looking like how I imagined. And then one thing that's going up for Walmart Collector Con is this vintage style faker where I'm like kind of annoyed by it because the one line that I collect from Masterverse is the new Eternia stuff. Now we get like a more of a vintage style release where the one right now that's hitting is the Skeletor. I want to get that goddamn Skeletor. He just looks super classic. And I think they might get me with this faker, man. So I'm going to be on the lookout on Walmart Collector Con, man. It looks like Mattel is the place to go for the shit that I want because I want those 2 wrestling figures and I want this faker. And then also part of the revealed event, they got into some of these WWE releases, and man, these Ultimates look pretty fucking good. First off, we got the Phantom of the Opera Undertaker. I think I'm good on this Taker, but it is a classic look to him. I've just got enough already. I think I got 2 already, and I'm good. I'm good with the Takers, man. But every look to him is awesome, like especially with the like, purple gloves and all that shit. Looks cool as fuck. And then you're gonna get like a soft goods like coat for him and all that. So that's awesome. And then we get an ECW champ CM Punk. And this one looks pretty fucking cool too, man. Saw a lot of excitement around this one. Obviously with the ECW championship belt. Got the young head sculpts with them. It looks sweet, man. I think this is going to be a hot seller. No information on where these go for pre-order, but I might go in for that Punk, man. He looks pretty cool. It's not the version of him that I recognize because I've already kind of dipped out of wrestling, but I never really got to see too many of his matches like back in the day. But when this figure was showing off, I kind of looked up images of him and I'm like, yeah, that shit looks on point as far as head sculpt and all that shit goes. And yeah, for that fool to be ECW channel, that's pretty gnarly, you know? And then the one for sure that I am going to get is his Ultimate Edition Scott Steiner, bro, WCW champion. You got the fucking chain link fucking like headdress and stuff, the sunglasses, the championship belt, and it's gonna come with this soft goods straight jacket. That it was apparently a match, I think in 2000, where I guess he had to get this fucking straight jacket off of him. Ended up beating Booker T and fucking won the WCW championship. So man, finally an Ultimate Edition of Scott Steiner. I was bitching about it about 2-3 weeks ago when we were talking about the failed Nitro entrance. They put a fucking Scott Steiner figure in there where I was fucking pissed off. I was like, God damn it, man. Now we're never going to get that version. And it was the cool one too with like his white, like spandex and shit. It was like the NWO version. I was like, man, that shit looks awesome. This one's equally dope though. It's fucking cool as fuck. It's got me. It's going to have the championship belt. Cause like who didn't like this motherfucker? The genetic jackhammer. Shout out to my man Boncho. Yeah, Big Papa Pump. Exactly, dude. Like this dude. I remember just seeing him when I was a kid, and I just was like, man, that motherfucker scared the shit out of me. His muscles had muscles, bro. I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, yeah, this dude was no joke, bro. Definitely on them fucking roids, bro. Like, holy shit, man. So yeah, they got me for this one. Great sculpt on those heads, man. It looks exactly like them. So yeah, I'm excited to see when this goes live because so far we only got early renders of it, but good reveal from WWE, man. They're killing it. And then we jump over to the fucking Capcom Cup. Shout out to Mr. Lee, man. He actually took a little video out there. He was I don't know where exactly this was, but let's take a look at a couple reveals there. So yeah, man, pretty fucking cool. Like, more of the Storm Arena stuff. I think we already kind of saw silhouette images of these figures right here in the booth. So we got Dan, we got the Chun Li. Where, man, shout out to NYC. He pointed it out when we were talking about the Ken and Ryu. Something about those head sculpts are just not quite hitting, man. And this Chun Li too, like the head sculpt looks a little bit off from the artwork of that Street Fighter Alpha 3 game. I don't know, man. I think the Dan looks great though. Dan looking on point, like he looks solid. Chun Li looks like it's an early prototype. There's no articulation in her arms or anything like that, but just going by the head sculpt, it looks kind of off. It looks kind of off. The Sagat looks fucking awesome though. I saw like a side by side video of him with like the Ryu perfectly scaled this time. It's better than that Storm Collectibles one, better than the SH Figuarts. The design change on this one though, compared to the Street Fighter 2 version though, I like the trunks on the Street Fighter 2 one better, man. So I think Jada still got me locked in for a Sagat, but this one looks fucking great too, man. Just different looks, kind of like from the standard Street Fighter stuff that we're accustomed to, especially with the Jada stuff. So it's also gonna have its market. I just hope they fucking fine tune those head sculpts, man, because this Chun Li, from the looks of it, it doesn't look that great, And then my man Will, that T-Hawk looking fire. Yeah, I think that T-Hawk is part of the Storm line though. It's not gonna be the Storm Arena stuff. So that's that Ultra Street Fighter 2 stuff where I'm locked in already with the Jada stuff for that. But and then that Zangief is from Street Fighter 6. But the Storm Arena stuff, along with the Street Fighter figures, they had this Darkstalkers, Morgan and Lilith. So these chicks are looking good, man. I've been tempted to go in for that Storm Collectibles Morgan. Like, man, she looking right, bro. Like, holy shit. Every time I see that figure, I'm like, man, where's my wallet? Where's my wallet? I gotta slow myself down because it looks good. But man, I've actually been waiting to have this one revealed. And yeah, it looks on point, man. It's definitely gonna be good for that Marvel vs. Capcom shelf, obviously, too. And the Lilith too also looks pretty good. Not really the more famous character, but shit, man, I like her outfit also. And then like Hard, Fast, and Ugly, we need that Storm Felicia. Oh fuck yeah, man. Oh hell yeah, we need that. I know that pussy. Hey yo, Morgan got me about to act up for reals, dude. I was like, man, I'm feeling this one, but that Storm Collectibles one, man, I was like, damn, it looks good. I think it might look better than this one, but we got to see this one close up. Like, we got to see this one close up. What kind of articulation they're working with, because you can kind of tell right here with the Lilith, you got that little ab crunch right there in the middle. Where I like how they're doing that, because if you get like the reverse ab crunch, you kind of break up the sculpt on the sides, on the hips and stuff. But right there, you can't see it. Can't see it so much. So gotta wait to see when these go for pre-order. But it looks like the Dan might be the next one to go up. He looks ready to go, relatively compared to the other ones, so we gotta wait to see that. And then the Sagat looks pretty on its way also, and I think that's the one that wasn't a silhouette image. That was the one that was just like revealed, but the Dan and the Chun-Li were. So might be Sagat next, then Dan, and then Chun-Li, and then they didn't even show off the Charlie, so we gotta wait for Charlie Nash too to get a little bit of a prototype going. But so far so good, man. Not mad at what they're doing. And then jump over to Medy Toys. Looks like they're showing off a bunch of crazy shit too. So you got this Devil Samurai. No information on this guy yet, but man, these guys are cooking up some cool looking shit, dude. Because just look at like the fucking flocked hair, or like the rooted hair. I mean, like that looks sick, man. This is something that I don't even care if it's attached to anything. I just gotta have this piece. This looks awesome. Only image out so far right now for this. And then along with that, they also showed off a Goraj Bone Life. I don't think I pronounced that correctly, but looks like more of these like Warhammer. No, not Warhammer. World of Warcraft. Fucking Warhammer. Fuck. Let's put my nerd card there, guys. So you got World of Warcraft looking orcs and shit. More of these motherfuckers are ogres. And then these two tiger dudes. So I guess these are getting shown off again by them. It looks to be like a pre-order that's going to open up soon, because I remember seeing these back like I think October, November last year. And yeah, they're kind of starting to reshare out more images. I guess they kind of fine-tune some of the stuff on like the sculpts or the paint apps, because yeah, it looked like it was an update from them. And then along with these, Medy Toys did put up for pre-order these fucking ogres, two different versions of them. So we got the blue skin and then the flesh skin one. And man, I gotta say, man, when these things were first showing off, I was like, man, it's gonna be a long time before they tool these things together. And yeah, these don't come out till I believe Q1 2026. So it's gonna be a long wait. But just looking at the figures themselves, they look pretty awesome. Like, just I think I would go in more for like the blue one. Just like I said, it's just, I don't know, it pops more. I like it when like figures like that just have more kind of color to them. I always say, man, toy addict factor, baby. It's a real thing. But the flesh color one looks fucking sick too. Just the expressions that they have on their head sculpts are pretty awesome. And the sculpt work, like throughout the figure itself, like all the stuff on their waist, like those bones and skulls and stuff, it looks sick, man. And for being such a chunky body, it's like, I can understand why it's going to take a while for these guys to tool this thing up and obviously get it rolled out. But man, not a bad looking figure, man. You know, I like it when they post these pictures all naked and shit. They're naked. Man. But I think they were about 120 each, 120 or so on there, plus shipping on 5K Toys. So not gonna be too cheap, but I think I'd be cool with just one. But I could definitely see people going in for both of them, man, because it's just so unique. It's not something that I've seen in action figure form. You know, obviously, if this is from World of Warcraft, it's like, all right, yeah, you see this shit. Do you ever think you're gonna get toys of this stuff, like action figures? Not really, man. So to see a company actually do that, like, hey, man, fuck it. You know, I'm tired of just seeing the 1 millionth Batman or fucking the 1000th turtle set. It's like, god damn it, man. Let's make some of this other stuff that's out there, you know. So whether it's third party or licensed out, like, man, as long as it's getting made, I'm happy about it, you know. So I haven't really dipped myself into any of these Medy Toys orcs or anything like that, but man, seeing a lot of these like Hulk customs, it's pretty impressive as far as like the articulation is getting packed into these huge bodies, you know. I don't know what you can do with this one right here, like as far as like a custom or a kit badge or something. But looking at this purple like shaman type of one, I think 6" Plus is like working on a fucking on the Thanos and shit. I think he's gonna paint out one of those orc bodies and stuff. But man, this looks a little bit too chunky, but you know, it's got that fucking purple paint job already to him. So you can think of a custom to go with that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna see more people buying these fucking Medy Toy stuff because the stuff that they're putting together is pretty fucking awesome. I know they're working on those turtles also. Speaking of TMNT, and they're also gonna dip their toes into that, and those look great. So either way, whether it's licensed or fucking third party, I think they're gonna continue to see pre-orders go their way because yeah, a lot of people are fucking excited about it. Like my man Rojo says, these are so damn good. Blue, yeah. That blue one looks fucking sick, huh? Like that one just pops more to me. But like I said, I could see people going in for both of them. They just look equally cool. Medy is on point. Wait, wanting that two-headed orc. Yeah, these motherfuckers look sick. The blue one or the yellow one? Called the flesh color. Ogre, yeah. Be on the lookout for that. And then from there, we move over to the Nota. So Nota looks like they're teasing more of this white cat legend out figure. And looks like they put out like more solicitations this week. I haven't seen the pre-order pop up anywhere yet, but I am seeing this kind of getting shown off on X and Instagram more. And pre-order probably can't be too far away because it already looks like they showed off the accessory spread and it looks to be 2 different releases. So you're gonna get like a deluxe one that comes with like this extra soft goods set. So yeah, right here it looks. I think this is gonna be like the release. I think you get 2 of them or just different clothing with them. I can't really tell, but either way, I'm happy to order at least one of them if it's just 1 or 2. Because the expressions on the fucking head sculpts look fucking sweet. And this is gonna give you a Hasbro accessory, so bendable weapons. Little bendy fucking weapon, you know, Hasbro style, plastic gummy and shit. So that'll look cool. But just the look to this fucking cat looks fucking awesome. Like I said, the expressions that it's got on the head sculpts look crazy. And yeah, man, it's coming from Nota Studios, so everybody's kind of familiar with their like bodies and stuff, highly articulated and shit. So I think it's gonna move really great and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know anything about this shit. Like if it's got lore attached to or anything like that. Shout out to Mesco HK. I always see him post cool stuff, and he kind of posted something in his caption about it, but I didn't really read too much on it. I think it's like Lee Being or something like that, the name of him or some shit. I don't know. But just looking at it action figure wise, it looks fucking awesome. It definitely fits in with those like anthropomorphic figures that I've been fucking digging from like Maestro Union. It's like, now I got a fucking cat dude. I can definitely stick this with like a TMNT display or something. Furry toys? Yeah, it is a furry, right? I know this cat from a meme. Yeah, is it a meme? Like shit. I don't know. It looks cool, but it definitely has like meme factor to it, right? When you actually get the shit in hand, like just all those expressions and shit. Like it looks cool. I like that one in the top left with like that smile and shit. Like that shit looks creepy as fuck, but that one looks cool. So be on the lookout for this one. Hopefully it pops up for pre-order soon. And then jump over to Amazing Yamaguchi, Great Mazinger fucking figure. And man, I gotta say, when I saw this, I think it was what was it, New York Comic Con? I forgot what. No, it was Wonderfest. We saw Mr. Lee taking the images of like video of this, and he had the Mazinger Z, and then this Great Mazinger was next to it. And for whatever reason, I couldn't distinguish the two being separate figures, but it is bigger. It's a lot bigger than the Mazinger Z. And it looks fucking awesome. It looks sick. I was in for the Mazinger Z. Now I think I got to get this one also, man. The Great Mazinger is just more powerful, stronger, bigger, faster. Obviously, motherfucker can fly. And the same thing applies, man. Just like fucking the dynamic posing you're going to do with this shit. It's just awesome. And then I'm glad that they did take a picture of the side-by-side images so you can kind of see just how much bigger he is. And yeah, it looks cool, man. On display, both of them. Like, man, that looks awesome. And fuck, I was actually kind of doing a little bit of research on like buying one of those like old school jumbo Mazingers and shit. And it looks like Bandai recently put out like a jumbo size version of these motherfuckers, but I think they're like $300. But I'm like, man, I don't know. They're like 24 inches tall though, so it's like that size that I want. But man, $350 for something that ain't gonna move for shit. I don't know. You gotta see. I think I'll be good for the Amazing Yamaguchis for right now, but the look of this fucking robot is always just so cool to me. I always just love how it looks. And yeah, obviously the Great Mazinger has got kind of a little bit of a design change, obviously in the head, like that V-shaped thing. It's like more connected. And then he's got wings and shit too. So it's cool looking piece. And then the accessory spread that it comes with is pretty awesome. You got those fucking 2 swords. This is fucking jet boosters, rocket boosters, all the hands you could fucking dream of and ask for. So it looks cool, man. And then obviously exclusive to the Kyoto side, you got this like extra add-on fucking chest plate thing. Like I said, I'm good on the exclusives, but happy to see this. Just this is not some fucking cool weapon or something. And maybe that might be a weapon. I mean, he was chucking that shit like a boomerang, so gotta wait to see. I'll start my own line. Amazing Yummy Hoochie. Felicia. Hey, yo. And then kind of close out the show a little bit. SH Figuarts Miles G. Morales also went in for pre-order. And I gotta say, man, this thing looks fucking good, man. Like, shit. I thought I was good with my Hasbro, but no fucking way. This looks a hell of a lot better. I know the plastic is gonna be a lot better. The one that I got is just so gummy. I was like, fuck, man. I mean, he's already like such a slim dude. If it's cheap plastic, like, what do you think those legs do? They just fucking like bobble and warp and shit. It's like, god damn. Just every time I bend the knee on that shit, it just looks like fucking piece of gum bending, dude. It's not it, man. So I think I'm fucking dumb for not holding off on it. For whatever reason, I didn't know Bandai was going to continue to make figures of this shit, but I like the design of this character a lot. I think the one thing that I was happy about the Marvel Legends was that I did get those like extra head sculpts, or that extra head sculpt. Like I said last week, I just kind of put that on my Miles figure. It just looks better to me. But this looks like a banger of a figure. I think Bandai is definitely cooking with this line in particular. And it looks like those reissues of the Miles and the Gwen are going to come out. So yeah, looks like if you didn't get those now, you can kind of continue to build out that roster of characters and shit. I wonder if that 2099 is going to come out again, because I know they did do that bootleg and people were picking that up. But man, that's one that I regret passing up on, that fucking Miguel O'Hara joint. He looked fucking sick. So gotta wait to see. And to close out, I started off with something expensive. I'm gonna close it out with something expensive. Next up, we got the Mondo Street Sharks Ripster. And I wasn't really gonna bring this up. It's not really an action figure. It's more of like a vinyl toy, but this shit looks fucking awesome. And the one reason that I bring it up is that, man, I wish Storm Collectibles really did pick up this line. I could have pictured something just like this, obviously a little bit shorter. This thing is scaling at 10 inches. So I was even thinking about it, and that would actually kind of work with 112 It's a big, huge fucking monster. Nah, it's just too big. Storm Collectibles would have got this, put good articulation into it. Man, it would have looked so awesome because the sculpt on this shit looks way better than that Mattel joint that I picked up. It's like, it's just got, I don't know. And it's not a crazy amount of sculpt work, but it is more than the Mattel joint. Obviously, the paint work looks fucking good too. Way better than the Mattel. And I love this fucking accessory. This accessory right here. If I could just buy this accessory, I would. This shit's fucking sick, man. It's got like the fucking fin going through the concrete. That, yeah, I was watching these guys live stream talking about this, and yeah, that's super iconic to the fucking cartoon. Where Mattel, you fucked up not giving us this accessory with them, man. Like, it wouldn't have costed them fucking anything. Like, that would have been awesome to get. But yeah, outside of that, man, this Street Sharks line, it looks like more companies are gonna make shit of it, man. I didn't think this would be a thing in 2025, but here we are. And shit, man, for the longest time, people were starved for Street Sharks, and now they're making stuff, and nobody gives a fuck about it. But man, like I said, if Storm Collectors would have done this, I think it would have been the most awesome piece. It would have just had like all the articulation that you need, and then just with this crazy sculpt work and paint job. Also with that Storm Collectibles fucking like rubbery like feel to it. That's the same thing Mattel did on their Ripster, and it's awesome. Like, I like it, but man, I would have wanted something like this, more adult type, where it still has like that 90s cartoon flair to it, man. I don't know. I was even still thinking about getting this shit, man, but when I saw the price tag, I was like $150. Fuck no, that's too much. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Man, I wish it would have been another company that would have done this highly articulated joint, but sadly, nobody did, man. But props to them for actually coming out with this accessory right here on the bottom right. That's cool, and it's a cool way to kind of get different head sculpts on it. Where Mattel didn't even do that. They could have just done like a faceplate type of thing like that. You don't really see it because all the folds in his face and shit, so you don't even see that huge cut. You can't really tell that it's there. I like seeing companies do that stuff because look, you get like a completely different expression where the Mattel joint ain't giving you all that. It's like, look at this one right here, all the teeth closed, like it looks fucking gnarly, man. I like that a lot. Or obviously the Mattel one has the gimmick where you press the fin and it like obviously opens the mouth. Like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. For a kid, obviously for nostalgia. But man, seeing this, like, man, how much better does that look? Like, shit. So obviously you can't get a fucking head sculpt, another extra head sculpt, but get creative, get faceplates on that motherfucker. Like, that would look sick, because I don't think Mattel was gonna redo a Ripster. So make it a deluxe version, ultimate edition, ultimate version type, make it like the last Ripster that anybody needs to buy ever, basically. And I don't think companies do that. Sometimes they kind of skimp out. Mondo killed it right here. I gotta give him props for that, man. That's pretty cool. Mondo kills the display. Yeah, Mondo definitely comes out with cool stuff, but I still gotta wonder on like the quality on everything they have. I don't want to say everything they have is just cheap and falling apart, but I have heard stuff about QC issues. I think the latest Mondo that I'm interested in is that Wolverine. That shit looks awesome, bro. And shit, I don't know if you guys caught Bobby Vala's like last YouTube video. He was talking about Mondo figures. He had like a faker. He had the old faker though. He hasn't had the updated one. And then he brought out one of those vinyl TMNT figures, and he was more impressed with the vinyl, which is kind of made me more interested in this right here, kind of knowing that he liked that TMNT one so much. I don't know. It's just something about it that's just cool as fuck, But obviously, he's not the type of action figures that we're really accustomed to. It's kind of more artsy type, but equally cool, man. I dig it. But yo, guys, man, that's all the action figure toy news I have for the week. Another week in the books. Episode number 44, man. Shit, it felt like a little bit of a drag. I got on too much talking about that fucking dragon, man. But as always, guys, thank you guys for joining me, man. People that watch the whole show, a little bit replay, I appreciate it equally. And then yeah, on to the next week, man. Always excited to see what companies are showing off, and then be here to talk about it with you guys, man. So do appreciate that you guys join me for that. And yeah, we'll see what's up, man, next week and stuff. As always, though, like I said, thank you. And I hope that you guys are doing great, man. Everything in your lives is in order and stuff. And like we were talking about at the beginning of the show, man, if you got to pass up on certain toys, there's no shame in the game, bro. There's always new stuff to collect, new stuff getting shown off. And then outside of toys too, other stuff that you can buy, man. Go on vacation with your families. I got a vacation planned up this year too. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not just looking forward to more money on toys, especially ones that I can't afford sometimes. So always keep that in mind. And just keep collecting, keep buying those stuff, man. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. You guys take care of yourselves. Peace out.